We can watch you sleep.
So we have a vote looking for rest.
I don't think I've lost any health or used any spell slots. Various use a little. Castiel, thoughts?
Did you get my guy hurt?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. 27 and 38.
Yeah, so you guys will also notice that a bunch of you still have temporary hit points. That stuff has not, for those of you that have it that haven't gotten hurt, should still have some from the inspirational leader. Because you guys have not gone through a long rest yet. So that should still be applied for those of you that have it. Yeah, you guys have used a couple of spell slots, but not a lot.
How's our healer?
That's what I'm opening up. He's pretty good. He's so his level 3 spells, he's still got 1 of 2 left. He's got all of his level 2s, 3 of 3, and he's 3 of 4 level 1. You guys have really not spent a whole lot of spells. I think where we've spent, yeah. So it looks like, so Severius, you spent 1 spell slot, but what you did spend was 20 of your 25 lay on hands pool. But otherwise, like, you still got your channel divinities. You guys haven't used a lot of your special abilities. You've just been kind of fighting it out, and using kind of your low level spells so far.
So we make a push for it.
All right. Anyone else?
Are you various?
What's that?
How boo-booed are you? You got lots of boo-boos?
I'm about 11 under.
Yeah, he's 33 of 44 hit points. And just 1 expended spell slot.
Half my lay on hands.
I would say 3/4 or 4/5 of your lay on hands.
I'll back you up. I'll back you up on healing if you need some.
If Olin's okay, then
yeah.
it doesn't matter to me.
So Moon hasn't been touched. He's still 33 of 33 with 7 temporary hit points on top of that. Olin is at 42 of 48 hit points, with just 2 expended spell slots, but he still has 8 more spell slots. And he hasn't used his Channel Divinity, his Harness Divine Power. We should still have, let me just check Severius. So you should still have the Blessing of the Forge to make your AC 21, because we had that on you, correct? Olin never changed it to a weapon, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta pop that guy back on you, and make sure we've got you set up as a 21. But yeah, other than that. That. Let me add your AC. So as a group, are you guys deciding you want to push forward and just try and see if you can get to the hall?
I concur.
Si, senor.
Okay. Let me just get his armor class. Let me add 1. Okay. So you should be a 21 now as we move forward, Severius. All right, so let me do this guy. Let me have everybody roll a d20 for me. Let's see if we can make it to the High Hall without another encounter. $10, $16, $17, $9. Let me have Dig. Let me have you roll for Moon, and Garrett, let me have you roll for Olin. So that's an 11 for Moon. So we're averaging above a 10 so far. Yeah, so we'll average over a 10 for the party. So that's good. Cool. Okay. So you guys are going to be able to make it. So let me go ahead and activate the High Hall. So a couple things here, folks. Just as a reminder, if you're not using Sirenscape, you're not going to hear all the fun combat sounds and all that fun stuff in the background. I'm going to change our audio file over here. So a couple things real quick before we start moving around the map. This is the single-handed largest map we have tried thus far in Foundry. It has more map segments and lighting and everything else than anything else we've done because this thing it's gargantuan. If you get lag or anything, please let me know. I would rather we pause and have somebody reload so that we don't lose where we're at. Okay, so this is the High Hall. So as you guys make your way up to it, we can see here you guys have still got a bunch of your little NPC friends down here with you that have been kind of coming along. As you may remember, you've got Valcora, Stroven, and Kartra, the three dwarves. Kartra and Stroven are traveling musicians. Valcora is an initiate of Moradin. She is studying to be she's an acolyte. She's studying to be a cleric. You've also got I think Harina Hunt. She was the mother with the two children that you guys saved from some of the I think with bearded devils. And then you've got the young girl Shora. She was the one who was crying and kind of bawling her eyes out, hiding inside that cabinet as her family was getting eaten by the Ghasts. We've also still got Lulu and Snufflechops here with us, and of course Sir Lancelot. So we will just run Sir Lancelot on Ryan's turn, and Snufflechops on Audrey's, and I'll run Lulu as we go through. So here is the High Hall. So as you guys move up to it, it is this massive alabaster castle built atop a crag that used to look out over the River Chianthar. It was a clifftop castle, and it was one of those crowning architectural jewels of Elturel. But as you look at it, you see that there is smoke rising up from the eastern side, flames engulfing parts of the courtyard. It looks like it has been hit by multiple earthquakes and meteors. Only 3 of the 5 watchtowers that used to ring the keep still stand, though even those appear abandoned. The lights that you saw flickering, thinking that there might be people here, look like it could be a combination of lanterns that were left in the towers, along with some of the fires from the destroyed parts of the keep. The wooden gates that once led into the castle grounds are shattered, leaving a huge gaping hole in the wall. The west side of the castle, the east side of the castle has been reduced to a pile of smashed brick and broken wood. The surviving buildings are all blackened by soot. At the very center of the castle grounds stands the High Hall Cathedral, and it stands defiant, still intact before you. So where you find yourselves, you have come through that hole in the wall. You are now inside the High Hall Keep grounds, and directly north of you, as you look at it, is the cathedral itself. So as you approach, you can see that it has this kind of grand sweeping stone staircase that leads up into the keep. And it looks like somebody wants to indicate that they see something on the keep stairs. So as you guys kind of look, you can see there's broken stone and things like that over here, and broken trees. You see like there are these statuary in front and these big thick stone walls, kind of leading up into the interior of the keep. So I'm going to keep us to our marching order, which is going to be Audrey up first. I can't tell if that's Digger or Gary that's drawn on the map.
That would be Digger.
I didn't draw the dick though.
So it looks
That's
like
not me.
No, that's definitely Ryan.
What? I don't appreciate these accusations.
How come you guys didn't think it was me?
It does it by the color of your character sheet. So Digger and Gary are both blues. Nikki, you're a bit of a purplish pink. Ryan and I are both red. I didn't draw the dick, so I'm pretty
That's
sure.
some straight up red Ryan right there.
It is some straight up red Ryan.
Red dick, red dick.
That was one of the crayons in my 64 big box. Red Ryan. So what would Audrey like to do? So as you guys approach, you see again this grand sweeping staircase that goes up. You can't. It's steep enough as it goes up, and like these multi tiers that you can't really see kind of what is up over the top edge of the walkway. And if you can't tell by panning the map or moving left or right on the map, there's not a lot to go around the outside of the keep. But we could certainly figure out how to do that if that's what you guys want to do. So where would Audrey like to go?
Hey guys, you want to head up those sweet stairs towards that big red dick?
I think that's blood.
I can't tell anymore.
A bloody dick on the stairs.
Bloody dick?
Bloody dicks. That's
I wanna
scary,
climb
mate.
on a dick. I want to climb on a dick.
All right, let's climb up that dick trail there.
I'll take things I never wanted to hear my brother say for 1,000, Alex. Okay, so if you guys want to, do you guys all want to kind of move forward at the same pace? I'm just gonna. So let me ask you this before we actually move. Let's kind of just have a quick discussion. How do you want the NPCs controlled? Do you want them following? You have been trying to get them here. They are seeming very eager to rush forward into the high hall. But as you all notice this blood trail on the ground, they all kind of stop. Harina is organizing them. She turns to the rest of you and asks, we're here. Hopefully there's still safety to be found in these walls, but it looks as if the high hall itself has been attacked. Do you still want to try and enter?
I don't know where else we could go. Seems all trails lead here.
Yeah, I think we got to follow the trail.
Okay. So as a group, do you want the NPCs following behind? Do you want them to stay out here? There's no way to close off the gates. They're literally torn from their hinges. They could try to find a place to hide. They could. Yep.
I think they should fall behind, and we should have the chick with the crossbow like a little bit more ahead.
Okay. Do you?
Yeah, she guard the tail.
At one point in time, you had the kids riding Sir Lancelot, but you had dumped them so that he could attack in that fight against the Ghasts. Do you want them continuing to ride, or do you want the steed free?
Let's keep them free for right now.
How many kids are there right now? 3?
So there's 2 kids, 3 dwarves.
Did we lose some?
The mom. And then there is she's a late teens, early 20-something.
You're saying about the chicken in a cupboard. That was the game I missed.
Yeah, so she is you don't really know how old she is. She was nearly incoherent. If it wasn't for Moon kind of getting her to come out and trying to kind of block her view, so the as you guys were making your way down the streets, they had found a pack of Ghasts pulling body parts into a house. As you guys moved in, you found the Ghasts had torn the house apart and were eating the bodies that they had dragged in. After you defeated the Ghasts, you found this girl hiding in one of the cupboards, and the Ghasts had been kind of stalking around that neighborhood for the last 24 to 48 hours. As you searched the house, you found that there was a crib with blood all over it, a bed with blood all over it, body parts on the tables and strewn about the main room. So the guess is that she probably saw her family destroyed and eaten. Harina has been able to kind of coach her along and get her moving with the rest of the group, but she's fairly non-responsive. Whereas the three dwarves are very responsive. The kids are scared, but they're following their mom's commands. And Harina is the one that had weapons. She's actually got a bow and silvered arrows.
I think she actually tagged a couple of the Ghasts.
Yep, you guys had her taking some shots at the Ghasts from a distance. So if you want, they can stay behind. Harina will kind of lead them a little bit, but she will let you guys forge ahead. As the group has this conversation and decides who's going to kind of go where and that they're going to stay back. Lulu offers to stay and help them a little bit to keep the kids calm. They like Lulu. So she is going to stay with that group to provide them some extra protections. So I'm just going to pop her over there. That way you guys can keep Sir Lancelot with the group rather than having to worry about having him to calm the kids. Okay. So we know what we're going to do with the NPCs. What do you guys want to do in terms of checking out the High Hall here? And what what I will say is, because we're still waiting for Corey to jump on and we're running Moon, I'll roll all of Moon's stuff, but I'm going to let you guys pick and choose how you want to use him. So remember, you've got a pocket healer and you've got a stealthy rogue. So whatever you guys would like to do, discuss as a group. But Audrey's up first. She made the call about, hey, let's move forward. You guys want to go up into that sweet, sweet High Hall with the blood trail? What would the rest of you guys like to do? Up second on our list is Severius.
Yep. Let's move forward and look inside the hall and see what the state of things are. It says I'm badly injured. Is that the case?
Yeah. So it goes injured, barely injured, badly injured, bloodied, grievously wounded, unconscious. So you're at just less than 75%, but not down to 50% yet. So that's that badly
medium
injured.
hurt.
Yep.
So.
Medium well.
Yeah. Exactly. You are medium well. As George Carlin would say, you are relatively not unwell.
Okay, well, let's move forward. Are you waiting on us to move, or?
Yeah, so you guys have control of your characters. We're not paused. If you want to start moving up, that kind of thing. So Audrey is kind of running up the stairs here a little bit. Severius is moving up the stairs. I'm just going to keep Sir Lancelot with you as you move ahead.
Is that me now?
Yep. So, you're up next, then Moon, then Alatar. What do you guys want to do with Moon? Just have him move up and follow the group? Do you want him to stealth up and take a look around? What do you want to do?
Well, that's right. He does have greater distance, right?
He does. So Moon can do... Yeah. So it's not that he has greater distance. He does 30 feet. He has the tabaxi thing where he can do double his speed once per turn. So he can go quite a bit faster. But he's also your resident stealth expert.
But can he do that while stealthing?
He can, so accelerated movement and stealth don't go very well hand in hand.
So
Stealth
now
is
let's have they move up.
Once per turn, isn't that like every turn?
so it's really meant for like combat actions.
Oh.
So when we start talking about turns, it's really more in combat, but it's he can choose to use that feline agility pretty frequently.
As I get up where I'm at, I'd like to touch and see if the blood is still wet or not.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. Okay, the blood is still wet.
I'm just gonna hold my hand up and let them see the blood still on my fingers.
That sounds like a frat boy move.
Oh, God.
I didn't ask if you wanted to sniff it.
Show us the proof, boy.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. Are there any windows on the exterior that we could look through?
So from where you guys are, you're not seeing any windows. It's kind of this. It's this kind of sweeping edifice that goes like straight up from where you guys are at. It has some statuary that you can see off to the left and right here a little bit. Possibly some more as you kind of get up over the hump in the stairs. But as you look up, it goes straight up. You can see that there are balconies up above for a second floor, with parapets. This is kind of a traditional, white alabaster style of castle. It looks kind of like this. That should have popped up for you guys. So imagine
Is there a door or anything in front of us? Because I don't see anything at all in front of us.
So you guys, you haven't gone far enough up the stairs yet to be able to kind of see to the top. So these are very, very, think of them almost like pyramidal stairs, like very difficult to climb, and you just haven't gone high enough yet to be able to see all the way up to kind of see what's up there. But you know that this pathway is funneling up toward a set of super large wooden doors that are open. You just can't see up. Nope, you just can't see up over the top of it yet. You're within a couple of feet of where you will probably be up high enough. Those of you that are tall enough would be able to see up over the lip and kind of see into the entryway.
Can we hear anything coming from inside?
Roll a perception check for me.
Perception. I think I hear something.
So as you pause, you still hear the sounds of fighting in the distance from behind you in the city. Ahead of you, you do hear some noises as if some things may be moving around inside the entryway. But you can't pinpoint how many or where they are. You just know that there's something is moving ahead of you up over the stairs.
Should we barge in? Kool-Aid Man style?
We could ask our rogue to
I'm here.
sneak up there and see if they can see anything.
Hey, sneaky kitty. Go check it out in there.
All right, so let's see what happens if he rolls a stealth.
I mean, totally should not roll that in front of us, and it would be a total guess to us too.
That's
He gets a 14. It's crazy that he's a +9 on stealth. So Moon is actually going to, in trying to be stealthy, he is going to kind of go over to the side to come up.
He's falling off the edge of the world.
So he goes up and kind of peeks in and then comes back and he tells you guys there are two dog-like creatures standing over a number of bodies in the main entryway into the cathedral.
Could he identify them?
Let's see here. Let's roll that. He does not recognize what they are, just that they are large. From what he could see, just kind of peeking around the corner, they look like large dogs.
Altar points at Sir Lancelot and is like that?
Oh, no, not that big. Not big enough to ride. No, nothing looks like Sir Lancelot. Him's a good boy.
You don't have a smushy face like he does. No.
No.
Smushy kissy face. Alright, we're probably going to have to go through them. Should we move forward?
What if you and I, as the front line kind of guys, pull them to one side? If we step up over the staircase and they see us, the others can come in and attack them from behind.
That's fine.
If we moved over to one side of the staircase and then went up where they see us, kind of distract them.
So what Moon outlines for you is as you kind of come up, there is an entryway that starts here to here. So the stairs kind of lead up toward that, and the blood path goes kind of up in between it.
Let's move over to the left side.
Alright, so... That's 30 to me, and then I can still go 2 up because I got 40 feet.
I can basically
right
go
there. Where can you go? I'm right here where my icon is. Well, you can go probably right. Yeah, right there. Right, either one. I can go back too. I can come over here.
Yeah, we can set a line right here.
Okay.
I don't know if they'll see us here.
Well, I probably can tell you. I've already moved up there. I think I see them. So if you come up where I'm at, there you go.
Right there.
Right here. Right where my icon is. There you go. And then I'm gonna whistle.
Let's bring Olin line behind us a little.
To there?
Yeah.
Where do you want Sir Lancelot?
Let's have him stay with the second line until just in case they do.
Do we want Moon on this side, on that side?
Oh, where he's at, because he's got backstab stuff. Stealthy attacks.
Let's have him come in.
This lets the halfling and the caster come up and blast them from behind while they're distracted.
Okay. Anybody else want to set up or move or do anything before we go to the next round here?
No, I think we're good there. I'm good.
Okay. Let me just check one quick thing here. Okay.
Ryan, I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking those dogs have fucked up some people.
Are we moving up?
Yeah.
So where Gary and Olin, Castiel, and Severius are, they can now see over the top of the steps, and what they see, as you're looking in, you see there's kind of a carpet on top of the stone, leading up and splitting in front of a water fountain. You see that there is a large statue here, kind of another statue over on this side. It looks like there is a door over here. There are a number of dead defenders on the ground. And standing over them are two massive black dogs, hounds of some kind, that are literally just tearing chunks out of the defenders. As you move up, I need Severius to go ahead and roll a stealth check for me. And you've got disadvantage on those in full plate. Let me have you go ahead and roll that again. All right, so we're going to stick with the 6 on disadvantage. As you get to this point, you see that this large black beast turns and kind of moves over a little bit and is sniffing at the air, and then kind of locks onto you. What you see standing in front of you looks like that. Everybody get the pop-up?
Nope.
Negative.
Nope.
Here, let me try it again. Oh, that's why I didn't share it over yet. Let me change that. You guys are all going to do that.
Did you say you had sound effects going through something that I need to run?
Yeah, so the Sirenscape desktop app, we used it a couple of sessions back. We've used it the last couple of sessions, I should say.
If you have it up, you might need to turn it up. It's pretty low
How do I get
in the
to that?
background.
If you go to Sirenscape, so it should have been a piece of software that you installed and linked to your Sirenscape account. That would have, I know we had you in it at one point in time because I've got you listed as one of the users.
And where are the options? Where can I find
You
them?
may not have it as a
In
desktop
app?
icon. You might have to go through your start bar.
Okay.
Did the picture pop up that time, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good donkey.
So that's what you see in front of you. This deep glowing red chest, and as it begins to open its mouth and growl, you can see dark red flames inside its heavily fanged maw. It suddenly throws its head back and howls. Immediately, the other hound that is chewing on the corpses behind it turns and jets up next to it. You can see its nostrils flaring, and as it looks back and forth, and it locks on to you guys. So we are gonna roll some initiative. I'm gonna pop them in. Let me get you guys and pop you in. Okay, you guys should all be in the combat tracker. If you want to roll your initiatives from in there, you can do so. I will roll for Moon and Olin. Moon got a good one. And we just need one from Severius, and we'll be ready to go here. Thank you, sir. Okay. Okay. So top of the order, we've got Moon. So let me ask you guys, what would you like Moon to do? He can move up. He can stay where he's at. You guys could have him ready in action. What would you like him to do?
Let's move him up by the right pillar, right around here. And he's still stealth, correct?
Correct.
See him?
Yep. No, he is still stealth.
Then let's move him right there. I don't know. Should we have him take a shot with an arrow? But then he might. That'll ruin his stealth, won't it?
Correct. So you could have him ready a shot. So basically he can use his action as a reaction at any point in time of combat. So if you want him, the question is, do you want him on a bow or do you want him on his daggers or his rapier and dagger?
Probably his rapier and
Okay.
dagger. That's probably where his
Okay.
damage comes from.
So I will move up as a reminder. If you guys hold the X key on your keyboard, you can point at stuff. I will move him up and keep him right there in stealth. We will have him ready in attack action in case anything comes within range of him. So that would have been 5, 10, that's 15 feet for him. So he still has another 15 feet of movement if we need to. That is going to bring us to our first evil doggy, who is going to go straight at Severius. As he gets there and sees you guys, what do we want to do? What should we do, guys? Let's do this.
Maybe don't let it bite you.
Throw a hot dog at it?
So as it comes running across this space, you hear this growl begin, and you see the glow in its chest begin to build and build. And as it slides to a stop, its claws literally tearing up the stone pavers of the staircase. It opens its mouth and growls, and a cone of fire comes blasting out of it. And it looks like that cone should hit all three of you guys. So I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
I have a a racial something against fire. I can naturally
A racial something.
racial something.
Yep. All right. Well, so it's a 19 from Gary. It was a 15 on Olin. And just checking on that, it's a DC 12, so you guys passed. It's half damage on a successful save, so it's going to be 15 damage for you guys. Hang on a second here. It looks like it. So it did the 15 there. It did the 15 on Severius. It looks like it actually, for some reason, that cone, the way I placed it, did not target Castiel. He did not pop up in the check. So he must be because it's at because it's in a 5-foot space. Technically, you could be all the way to one side. So it's that's kind of cool. It's not picking you up as having been hit by that. So both.
But I have damage resistance against fire. Does that help?
Yeah. So you failed the saving throw, but your resistance mitigated it. So you only lost 15 of the 30 hit points. So rather than taking the full, even though you failed the saving throw, rather than taking the full damage.
I get 5. If I had made the saving throw, I would not take any.
No, it's so the saving throw would have halved it, and then your resistance would have. Yeah, that's the question. Does the resistance stack? I'd have to look that up, but the idea is that it gives you half of the total damage. Let me just check here. I think he only gets the one attack per round. Yep. So he's done. So we've got Severius and Olin have both just taken a pretty hefty chunk of fire damage. Let me just check. Okay, yeah. That's everything he can do on that turn. So that's going to bring us to Severius. while you're figuring out what you want to do, I'm just going to check. Does resistance and saving throw stack? I don't think it does.
I'm gonna swing my mace. Is it a mace or a flail?
So I switched it over to a mace because we didn't have an animation that worked.
Oh. Mace or Merkle.
Yeah, there's no flails anywhere in any of the animations or any of that stuff. So
yeah, that's always kind of confusing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna take a swing. Should I just hit the action icon on my bar?
you certainly can. Let's see if it works.
Yes.
Oh,
Ryan.
Oh, okay. So before we resolve that, just real quick, Ryan, I did look it up. So what it will do is it actually looks at your resistance and the saving throw as two separate events. So first you do the saving throw. If you make that, then your resistance cuts the remaining damage in half. So instead of taking 0 damage, you would take quarter damage. So you failed the saving throw, but your resistance cut it in half. So you took half of the total 30. Okay. So let me have you... Let's roll on that and see what happens.
What am I rolling on? What am I rolling on?
It should... Let me just... Let me grab you here. I do that. It should pop up and request you to roll on a table. Okay, so you are now discombobulated and incapacitated for 1 round. So your next round...
I don't do anything?
Correct.
Okay.
So that is going to bring us to Audrey. So from where you're at, Audrey, you probably can't see them yet. You just kind of see this fire over here, kind of came billowing down the steps. But what you can hear in front of you is that there is some kind of combat going on over here. You saw Alatar go up over the top of the steps here. And you know that Moon went over here, kind of going straight up. So if you want to move Audrey up, you certainly can.
Give me 1 sec.
I friggin' love the metal in Sirenscape. I don't know why it fits Descent into Avernus so well.
I do not have that installed. I
Hang
never
on.
installed it.
All right, hang on. Uno secundo.
I found the fantasy one, and I'm installing
Nope,
that now.
nope, don't. Nope, you don't. That's not
Nope.
what you're gonna want. No, it's actually something different. Let me. So it's the online player. Let me go. I'll post it in the Discord for you. So that's the online player. So you do have to set up an account for free. Download and install that online player, and it's going to let you link it to my account. I'll send you a. The second link is the invite to the Sirenscape session that I'm running. Yeah, it's they're pre-built. It's a subscription, and it's pre-built soundboards for all the different D&D campaigns, and they've got one that's for every single fight, every single encounter, every single location has its own pre-built soundboard. So right now we're in the Hellhounds fight. You can hear swords and spells and arrows, and every now and then the Hellhounds growling. Okay, so is Nikki going to move up? What do we want to do with Audrey?
Hold on. Contemplating.
Oh, by the way, I'm having more of that cold brew as we go. because if your DM can't be nervous and jittery, what's the point in the game?
I'm going to move up and then I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. So
I
if you
just can't see anything.
Yep.
'cause as soon as it's-
Yep. If you go one more step forward, you're going to be able to see everything, and you're safe where you're at. You'll actually be stepping up to the exact same spot that Alatar's in. So now you guys are both in the same spot. So as you come up over the lip of the stairs, what you see is over here, you've got Castiel, Severius, and Olin. There's some fire on the ground. Olin and Severius are burning. Castiel is jumping out of the way, and there is a large, ferocious-looking, devilish hound that just breathed flame and is snapping at the three of them. You can see Moon is hiding over here, kind of in the corner, and far ahead of you, up to the north, is another one of those dogs that has not yet had a chance to come running. So you've got a target here if you want it, or one up here if you want it for spells, or you could continue your movement and maybe take a stabby at the one that's over near Severius. Okay. Nice. Okay. So it's going to take the damage. So what we'll do is I'm actually going to add that back for 1 second because technically the damage starts on the beginning of the Hellhound's turn. But let's remember that you rolled a 10 because that's a high roll. And we can reapply that at the start of his turn. So even if he moves away from the daggers, he's still going to take that damage. It's just at what point in time that it does so. So it'll be at the start of his next turn. Any bonus action or additional movement that you want to take?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Alatar. And just for shits and giggles, I'm just going to move Audrey back one step just so I can see where Alatar is. So neither of the two have taken any damage yet, but the one directly in front of you, you can see that Audrey's cloud of daggers is slowly burning and spinning its way down toward it from behind, unbeknownst to the dog. That is going to be a hit. So that's it's the cold damage, then movement speed is reduced, correct? Yeah. So it's not I think that applies automatically. It does. So its movement has been reduced. Cool. Any additional attack or movement? You get 2 attacks per round. Excellent. It's going to cream him with another... Does that stack? Let me check that. It does not. So after the initial movement speed is reduced, it doesn't continue to reduce. But I will make note that it is now down to 30 feet. Any additional movement?
Not after my second attack. I'll stay.
All right. That's going to bring us to Olin. So I would say that...
And I'm pretty sure he just jumped in game.
Oh, yep, there he is.
What the fuck is
yeah.
here?
All right. Let me get you a quick recap here, Corey, because you're walking into the middle of some shit. So they made the rest of the way to the High Hall. where you guys find yourself right now is on the staircase that leads up to it. You'll notice that down here, you still have some of the NPCs. As you were climbing up the stairs, ahead, you can see there's kind of this doorway that leads into the cathedral. There were 2 large devilish-looking hounds chewing on these bodies. They have now begun to attack. The first one, and we're like halfway through the first round of combat. This is your first turn in combat, actually. The first hellhound ran up and spit a cone of fire that hit both you and Severius. Castiel is just outside the edge of it, so he didn't get hit. You saved, which meant you took half damage. So rather than the full 30 points, you took 15 points of damage. Severius has fire resistance, so he took half the damage, even though he failed his save. But on his attack, his first attack, he unfortunately crit fumbled and knocked himself, discombobulated himself. So he is currently incapacitated for 1 round. So he wasn't able to make his second attack.
Am I prone?
No, just incapacitated. So we'll say you're like down on 1 knee, but we won't. I'm not going to inflict prone on you. Alatar has attacked. Audrey has cast Cloud of Daggers, which will do damage on the Hellhound's next turn. We are up to you, sir, and you have taken 15 points of damage. You're currently standing in a cone of fire, and there's a Hellhound in front of you attacking everybody. What would you like to do?
Awesome.
Welcome back to the game, my friend.
Okay. I'm already in the cone, so if I move through the cone, it's not gonna do any additional damage, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And technically, after it casts the cone, I just want to try and see if I can't grab this. I'm just moving you here real quick.
Okay, so it was like a breath attack. It just poof, and then everybody got fried, and then it's
Yep.
done.
Yep.
Okay,
So
got
the cone of fire technically is gone after the attack. I just hadn't deleted it. There you go.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, shit. Trying to see what the best course of action may be here.
And you can see, I think you can, yeah, from where you're at, you can see there's another one up here that has not had its round in combat yet. So it's the first one came loping pretty damn quick and was able to cover that entire distance to get to Severius.
Okay. What Olin is going to do is he's going to swing around Severius, but as he does, or yeah, I guess as he does, or before he does, he's going to cast Healing Word on Severius.
Maybe. Rub some dirt on it.
Actually, you know what? It looks like, yeah, I've got 3 level 2 slots. I'm going to go ahead and cast it at level 2. Second level.
There you go.
Healing Word.
Guys, this might be the first time we've seen anybody do this.
Did that go?
Let's see here.
Okay, I see it over on the right. It's just not how I'm used to seeing it.
I got some health back.
That was Healing Word. Yeah, so Healing Word is
Yeah.
1d4 plus your spellcasting ability. So it did 2d4 because you cast it as a second level spell.
Yeah, plus 3. So yeah,
Yep.
it's not appearing in the right hand, the action tracker or whatever, like I'm used to it seeing. But okay, if it worked, great.
Yep.
All right, so there's that.
Yep, and I can see his health is up the full 8.
Excellent.
Yep,
And yeah, that was a bonus action.
Yep.
So now, for my action,
Yes, Taco.
tell me me who you want me to smite, O Lord, and they shall be smoten.
All right, so that is going to be a hit. So as you step up and around, crawling down the powers of Moradin, as you step around Severius, you see him, butterflies circling around his horns on his head as he kind of takes a knee after literally smacking himself with his own his own skull mace. You call down the powers of Moradin, and you can see some color come back into your friendly paladin. And as you step around him, you swing the holy taco, holding your shield forward to keep the hellhound from biting at you, and you connect mightily with a swing. The hellhound cries out in pain and immediately turns its attention towards you. Any additional movement that you would like to take, sir?
Yeah, I will go ahead and just shimmy another step over to the right.
Okay. And you can probably just kind of see it a little bit here. There's the cloud of daggers toward the backside. So if you take a step up, you're going to start moving into that space where you would then be getting hit by it as well.
Okay, I see the 4 squares
Yep.
that it affects now.
Yep.
Got it.
Yep. I just wanted to warn you before you parked yourself.
Cool.
Because you weren't here when she cast it.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Okay, that is going to bring us to Sir Lancelot. So Ryan, where would you like your mighty steed?
Sir Slobberlot, can he get in there? Can he actually fit there?
We can. So he's got 50 feet of movement, so you can get around. I mean, if you want to, I mean, technically, yeah, you could have him come leaping over you guys. I mean, he could easily get over to that spot next to it if you want him to.
Okay. Yeah, let's put him over here.
Okay.
Does that cut Gary off?
Gary.
I left a slot open for Gary if he wants to move around.
Yeah, Gary can still engage.
He can
if
move through
wants to.
your space.
Yep.
That's
As
true.
long as he.
I do like Olin's slot.
It's
All right,
moist.
Well,
the only attack that Sir Lancelot has is his bite, but I'm guessing you're going to want him to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, that is going to be a miss. But you have another large attacker up front that might be able to take some of the attention away from the rest of you. That is going to bring us to Castiel.
All right, well, I will slide around into the Olin slot here.
Harder.
Target the Hellhound and start with my unarmed strike.
Okay. That's going to be a hit.
And with that, I'm going to use a key point for this. Plus, you control. Why does that not work?
No, it's so when you
Tried to do stunning strike. It's not. It
So-
doesn't
so-
do anything.
so it's not going to be in a. So what you're going to want to do is so that this technically would apply to your first attack. It's not an additional attack. It's basically when you do a melee attack, you can spend the key point to attempt the stunning strike. So let me just check something in your character. I want to make sure.
Looks like the creature has to pass a con save.
Yeah. So you've attacked. I've got to do a. I just want to see what the. Where is it? Okay, there we go. And it's a DC of 14. So technically, I know you made your first attack. You still get your second unarmed strike. If you want, you can spend the key point for that first one that you've already landed, guaranteeing that I've got to make the Constitution saving throw. Or you could apply it to the second one. If you don't hit, then it's not going to count. So I'm going to guess you want to apply it to the first one.
Yeah, that's why I was swinging it that way.
Yep.
And I'll still do my second attack.
So let me do.
Well, yeah, I mean,
let me do the saving throw, and it's a 14. So that is a failure. So that means... so they are going to be stunned until the end of your next turn. So let me put a stun on this guy. Okay. So just a quick reminder, in terms of stunned. So they are completely incapacitated. They can't move, can't speak. They fail any strength and dexterity saving throws, and any attack roll now has advantage. So for the rest of you attacking, you're going to get advantage on those. And he's going to sit through the blades for at least 2 turns. Good call. So that was your key point on your first attack, which you landed, so you can still do your second unarmed strike and do more damage. And so that's going to be a hit. Just as a reminder, guys, when you roll, if you hold in the control key, it will give you advantage. Though I'm wondering if, because stunned is already
Since you marked him as stunned, it gave me advantage automatically.
Yep, the game's going to automatically add it because of the active effects. I fucking love Foundry. Okay, so that's your 2 attacks, 2 sets of damage. It is stunned. It is going to sit in the cloud, and everybody's going to get advantage on attacks against it. Cool. So that's going to bring us to our second ugly friend, who is going to come... Well, where do we want to go? Do we go this way? Do we go this way? I think it's going to go...
With the crowd.
It's not going to want to go into the blades, so it could come up and attack. It's going to come this way.
But does it know the blades are there? It doesn't know the blades are there.
It would see
Yeah,
them.
dog vision.
I was trying to slide over, hoping it would come after me.
So it's going to come up this way. Here's what we're going to do, though. As it comes up, because it's going to settle like that. As it comes by, we're actually going to pause it there because Moon's going to pop out of stealth and he's going to get... he had that readied action, which you guys had him set, so he's going to get to make that attack as it comes by. So he is going to attack from out of stealth, he's going to do it with advantage. With his rapier. Oh, no, hang on. That is not going to count. I rolled it incorrectly. It's Alt, not Control for advantage. I didn't mean to do that. Let me roll it again. That's going to hit with advantage that time. Okay, so he's going to be able to attack.
We'll take that one.
Yeah. So Moon kind of strikes from out of the shadows next to the statue as the Hellhound comes running by and is able to pierce it in its side. He is going to get to make his second attack with his dagger, which is going to be a regular attack because it's coming after. That one's going to miss, but he, coming out of stealth like that, I believe he gets to... He did have advantage, so he gets to do his sneak attack roll for an additional 6 damage. Okay, so this Hellhound comes sliding to a stop and is going to turn to focus on Moon because of those attacks. It is going to immediately lash out and bite at him. I'm rolling a lot of 1s tonight, folks. So this Hellhound...
Dog bites no ball.
Yeah, this Hellhound is going to have to roll on the fumbles chart. So it needs to make a DC 10 or its speed is halved. Constitution, 10 or more.
Till the end of the encounter, even. Wow.
Yeah. So he actually passes that. So he's not going to be losing his speed. But he didn't make his attack, so we move back to the top of the order, which just happens to be Moon. So he's going to get to attack again. The difference this time being that he's not going to get advantage on these things. Do you guys want him to just do his normal attacks? Because we readied his regular attacks last time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so he's going to do...
Cat scratch fever.
So he's going to hit the Hellhound
The Sweaty
again.
Teddy reference.
He is going to also do his sneak attack.
I had cat scratch fever.
And then he gets to do his dagger attack. And his offhand. That unfortunately is a miss. Okay. And then he's going to use his cunning action. He is able to disengage without... pulling an attack of opportunity. Rogues are so strong at this level with the amount of attacks and shit that they can do. That's going to bring us back to the Hellhound, which now takes its 10 damage. So let me go ahead and do that. Minus 10. So this Hellhound is now near death. You guys can see that it's got blood spurting out of it.
Leave it for the blades to finish it off and go fuck up the other one.
So that's the 10 in its turn, but it can't do anything. So that's going to bring us to Severius. This is your turn incapacitated, but you're going to be able to get back to your feet. So I'm going to go ahead and remove your incapacitation. You'll get to go on your next turn. That brings us back to Audrey. So you're maintaining your concentration to keep that blade spell up. Is there anything else that you would like to do? You could move up and try and take a swing with a sword. But any other spells that you cast that have concentration would disengage that cloud of daggers.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay put for right now.
Okay. So you're going to maintain concentration. If you want to, you can ready an attack with your rapier. So if this Hellhound comes running up, you can use that as a reaction.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, the NPCs are all kind of just huddling in the background, hearing the combat, but not able to see far enough up the stairs to know what's going on.
Is everything cool up there, guys? Anything going on that your overpowered Lulu should know about?
Captions.
God, I hate that fucking Hollyphant.
That is going to bring us to Alatar. What would our Sorceress Warlock?
Just check some real quick. Is that for me? That's 15 feet. Okay. I think let's go with the old-fashioned.
Yes, unleash your power.
Okay, that's gonna be a hit. You've got this one fairly near death as well. Second Eldritch Blast coming in. We're seeing a lot of fucking fumbles tonight, huh?
We need a dice jail, I think.
RNGesus is not kind sometimes. Trust me, I know.
Oh, okay. That's not a good one, Dig. So Dig's got a level of exhaustion. Which means that you now have disadvantage on ability checks until you are able to remove an exhaustion level. We've only had exhaustion come up one other previous time in the game. Basically, exhaustion can go up to level 6. Different abilities, environmental hazards, obviously the crit fumble table kind of provide for exhaustion. I think in one of our, this is going back a few months, but we had a session where Audrey had gotten an exhaustion as well. So you can clear a level of exhaustion per long rest. So with just one, if you take a long rest, it will clear that. But until then, you have disadvantage on ability checks. That is, or do you have any movement that you want to take? Excuse me.
No, I'm just gonna try to not be exhausted.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Olin.
Okay. All right. So I guess I will holy taco this one next.
That unfortunately is unfortunately going to be a miss, my friend. Any bonus actions or movement you'd like to take? You can't get an attack opportunity on you because it's incapacitated. So if you wanted to move away from it, you could.
Okay. In that case, yes.
Just don't move through the the cloud of daggers.
Game's paused.
Sorry about that.
Okay. Is anybody else in desperate need of healing?
I think you're the second most wounded person.
No.
Yeah. I think you're badly injured. Castiel is technically badly injured, though he's not as bad. And Severius is still badly injured. You and Severius are kind of pretty close.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, we are at the keep, like we're
Correct. You've made it
this
to the
is
high.
theoretically a
Yep.
safe, going to be a safe space.
This is outside the front doors.
So,
Okay, so
yeah, so I will give you a recap once we finish combat to kind of give you an idea of what's going on.
okay, but I mean, yeah, prior to this, Olin knew where we were going.
Yep,
This
yep.
is supposed to be like one of the few safe havens in the area. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and spend some spell slots.
We don't know
Alright.
what's inside.
This is true, but if there's any safe place around here at all, theoretically, this is it. All right, I'm going to, target myself. And just do a first level healing word.
Okay. Good roll. Okay. So
that'll be it.
that's bonus action, action, and attack. That's going to bring us back to Sir Lancelot. Going to have him take another bite. Let's see what he does. That's going to be a hit.
Good boy.
He's a big sweetie.
All right. That's going to bring us to Castiel.
All right. He's incapacitated still until the end of my turn.
Correct.
So I'm gonna slide that over here and target him and give him a swift kick.
That is going to be a hit, sir. 4 damage.
Get him with my second attack.
That is also going to be a hit. For 7
And
more
that will
damage.
be my turn.
So it is near death, but not quite down yet. That is going to bring us to the Hellhound. He is not having a good time. As a matter of fact, he's pretty pissed off and angry. So he is going to breathe his fiery breath. And that should prompt you guys for saving throws. Looks like Olin failed. I think Alatar might have made it. I think we just need a saving throw from Audrey. It should have popped up and given you a saving throw button. If not, Oh,
I
there we
just
go.
got it.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, so it looks like, and that was for 18 damage. So it looks like none of you guys passed it. No, Audrey did. All right.
I don't know. I got 2 of them. I rolled the same.
But I closed my second one.
Okay. Let me just, yep, there we go. Okay. 15, 12. Let me just check something here real quick. It's a DC of 12. So, yep, we should have had the minus 18 there, correct. Yeah, so I'm not sure why it... It's interesting. It halved the damage on Audrey because she passed. It did the full damage on Olin because he failed, but for some reason it did 2 damage on Alatar.
Because you rolled twice.
It should have done 9. I'm trying to see if you have anything that does... you don't have any fire or anything like that in terms of resistances, so I'm going to go ahead and...
Does his shield do anything for him? His magical demon
My
shield?
magic shield protects me from everything.
No, I don't think so. I don't think the shield has a...
No, it does.
No, so yeah, it increases your armor class and gives you spells, and it gives you resistance to fire damage. That's where it came from. So it halved it, and then it halved it again, and then you rolled again on it. So it should have been half of 9. So it should have been 4. And instead it only subtracted 2, so I'm going to subtract the other 2 from you. There you go. Okay, so that's the Hellhound's turn. That's going to bring us back. That's going to bring us back to Moon, and let me remove the cone because it's been cast. So Moon is going to step up and attack again. Same thing, guys. Right? Let's go rapier.
I just got another Constitution saving throw.
Just cancel out of it if you can.
Oh, I did.
That's fine.
love to accept the challenge.
Something must be stuck in a loop. Okay, so as Castiel, as Moon steps up, he is able to slide in beside Olin, and as the Hellhound is spewing its flame, covering his peers, he jabs his silvered rapier right down the throat of the Hellhound, ceasing its cone of fire and ending its life. It drops dead on the steps between Castiel, Olin, and Moon. We're just going to do that and do another 10 damage on this Hellhound on its turn, even though as it comes back alive, it is going to be dead. Because as soon as it comes back from being incapacitated, the Cloud of Daggers is still there, whirling dervish style, and tears it apart. Let me do that. So Audrey's... You know what it was? I know why you guys got multiples. I know why you guys had multiple concentration saving throws. You guys had your Ray of Frost spells, I think, required concentration to maintain the movement speed, and Audrey's Cloak of Daggers required it as well.
Oh, let's see.
So technically, that Cloud of Daggers should have been gone, because I think you failed. I think you made one and failed the other one, because it
I don't
automatically...
think Audrey rolled the second one. I think Audrey only rolled 1.
I only rolled the 1.
Okay, so
She never rolled her concentration one.
I'm just gonna leave the thing dead and accept that we probably would have made it. since we've already done that. Let me remove, and then let me do
You're the
that.
best DM.
I
So
don't
I'm
see
gonna-
anything on the Ray of Frost saying it requires concentration.
You've got concentration on for something. Maybe it's from last game. Something that you cast at some point in time had a concentration.
My wife says it's for being handsome. I don't know.
Did you cast a witch bolt or something last time? Maybe.
No.
Yeah, at some point in time, you had to have had something on that was concentrating. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. But that's why it was prompting you for those extra rolls, was testing your the concentration. Okay, so that's the end of combat. Let me go ahead and turn our combat music off and bring us back. So you guys all got a bunch of XP for that, split up amongst the group. And that time I remembered to remove Sir Lancelot, so I didn't have to reworry or rework the XP again. So you guys have got 2 dead hellhounds kind of on the steps here at your feet. Let me see if I can do that so you can see where the corpses lay. There you go.
What are their hides like?
So these things are basically gigantic, ugly, fire-breathing fiends. So while they look like large, powerful dogs, they're fiends from the abyssal plains, from Avernus. They're found on the battlefields of horrible, horrible places in the lower plains. If you guys want to roll, if anybody wants to roll to see what you know about them, you certainly can. But you know how to kill them. Stabby, stabby, and stay away from
investigation.
I will let you choose either investigation or arcana.
Arcana is
okay. So both Alatar and Castiel rolled very high. So you know that these are hellhounds. These are monstrous fire-breathing fiends that take on the form of powerful dogs. So even though they look like powerful dogs, they really are fiends from the abyss. They're found on the battlefields of Archeron and throughout the lower plains. On the material planes, so if you saw them back like in Baldur's Gate or anywhere else in the Forgotten Realms, they're most commonly seen in service to other devils or fire giants. Some kind of evil creature would keep them as guard animals or companions. You know that when you walked up this far up the steps, you saw that they had killed a number of defenders and were feasting on the corpses up near the doors.
I'm going to relay to the group that these things were probably guarding something inside. It's their masters or companions.
Do their hides provide any fire protection?
Roll an Arcana and see if you know that much about them. As you investigate over them, let's see what you get.
No.
So you don't think that you'd be able to do anything with their hides in terms of fire protection. Whatever kind of glowing embers that you could see in their throats and kind of glowing through their chests is now dead. There's just, dark, acrid smoke leaking out of the maw of one of them. And the other one that had been kind of torn up by the cloud of daggers, there is literally like smoke and heat rippling out of the torn flesh. Okay.
Cool.
So before we move on, what I would like to do, Olin, let me have you roll a d20 for me, please.
Yes, sir.
So I had originally rolled you in the marching order. You were dead last. That unfortunately would still keep you dead last. That's all right. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to roll it for yourself rather than having me keep you where you were if it would have moved you up. Okay, so we're back to our marching order with I want to say that we had gotten up to Castiel and Moon had kind of moved up, and that's when you guys had seen that there were the Hellhounds up there, and then you formed up your battle lines. So technically, up on it, next on our marching order was going to be Alatar. So what would you like to do? So from where you're standing, you've got the dead beasties. You can see the entrance in that blood trail that goes in. From where you're standing, you can kind of see that there is a door over in this direction. If you want to move up and look around, you certainly can.
Yeah, I'll just move up.
Okay. So as you're moving up, let me get Corey completely caught up. So you guys made your way. You may remember the last time when last we saw our heroes. You guys had saved the soul of the Hellrider that was pierced and stuck to the street with the spouts of hellfire that were shooting out of it. You had gotten the hellfire sword, the long sword, and the potion of giant strength. We left the 2 swords in the bag of holding because nobody wanted to use them right now. But Severius did take that potion of giant strength. It is a potion of frost giant strength. So if he drinks that, he gets strength of 23 for 1 hour. So he's holding on to that. You guys continued the walk down to the High Hall and were able to approach and get to the point where you're at now. As you came up to it, you noticed that the castle, had clearly at one point in time been a crowning architectural jewel of the city. It sits high up on a cliff face, overlooking where it would have kind of looked down into the River Chianthar as the waters came through the city, but now it's just looking down into that huge drop off down toward the River Styx. The lights that you saw look like there are still some lanterns in the watchtowers, but what you've noticed as you came closer was that 3 of the 5 watchtowers stand. The other 2 have been destroyed. It looks like the entire eastern section of, I think actually would, let me reorient myself to the map. The western section of the city has been destroyed. It looks like, of the keep has been destroyed. There are fires burning. It looks like meteors and earthquakes shattered parts of the keep and brought it falling down. This is what it looks like. Should have an image that just popped up for you guys.
Bummer.
But you guys were able to come in kind of toward the center part of the keep. And what you found is that the wooden gates that there's a big stone wall that kind of surrounds the outside, but the wooden gates had been shattered, leaving a gaping hole in the walls. You were able to come inside the main grounds, which is when you saw the western side of the castle had been destroyed. But the surviving buildings are standing, but they're blackened by soot. The original keep was these, bright, pristine white alabaster walls, but they're now stained with soot. And what looks like maybe impacts from meteors and lightning strikes. But at the very center of the castle grounds, the High Hall Cathedral still stood. That's what you guys are now standing in front of. So there was this kind of very steep, almost pyramid-like set of stairs that lead up to where you guys are standing right now. And this is what leads into the cathedral. You see that you have all of these religious statuary around you. So these like statues are of different heroes of the city. Ahead, this blood trail that leads into the cathedral, where Severius has moved up, you can see that there's a bunch of dead bodies. These look like defenders. They're not dressed like Hellriders, but they were definitely some kind of defenders, maybe defending the cathedral itself. And again, outside, it's still the city of Elturel, slowly being pulled down into the River Styx. Lightning strikes from the companion above, earthquakes shattering and shaking the ground, meteor strikes coming out of the sky every now and then. But as they made their way up the steps, you guys encountered the Hellhounds chewing on the bodies. I'm going to move the NPCs up to there. That should have Corey caught up. So Alatar, looks like you moved forward. Up next would be Olin.
That should be good for me.
Okay. And I don't remember if I mentioned this before you came on or not, but as you were coming up the stairs, it's just this huge edifice of alabaster stone that rises up above you, and you can see that there were balconies and parapets above this entrance, so there are definitely multiple floors to the cathedral. You can't see quite how many, but you can definitely tell that there's something above you in the building. As you move up kind of into the cathedral, again, you see the statuary, of depicting Torm, other heroes of the city, the gods of worship for Elturel, that kind of thing. So it looks like Olin's going to move up. It's going to bring us up to Audrey. If you guys want to kind of just move your characters up and do what you want to do here, I won't take us kind of piecemeal through the marching order. If you want to look around a little bit, you can do so. I'm just going to move Moon up. I'll move them up.
Severius already searched the bodies?
He did not.
I searched the body. Right here.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me. Okay, so as you look through the bodies, what you're finding is that these are slightly emaciated 3 men and 1 woman. All in kind of like piecemeal armor, but the armor they're wearing is also, it has embossed signs of Torm. These were likely clerics of the temple. This is a cathedral to Torm that you guys are moving up into. They have all been literally like torn to pieces by the hellhounds. They are burned. The burned parts of their armor and flesh have been rended as the hellhounds were chewing on them. You can't identify, other than kind of identifying their sex, you can't really identify who they were. They look like they may have all been humans. Maybe one of them was an elf. But they're pretty much torn to pieces. There's not a whole lot left there that you guys are going to find of use. It's the problem with fighting something that cooks its dinner before it eats it.
So it just looks like they were probably guardians of the city.
Of the cathedral.
Yes.
So they were defending the high keep. Yep.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like you guys have got some doors. There's hallways to the left and right here. What would you guys like to do? We'll bring it back down to the top of the order with Audrey.
I want to use Healing Word on Olin.
Okay. Oh, I think you were still targeting the. Let me add
doggy.
Yeah, let me. She brings the hellhound back to life. Let me. I'll do that. +6 to Olin. There you go. Okay.
Thank you, Nikki.
Well, you're welcome.
That is going to bring us to Severius.
All right. I'll save on. I'll hold on a little bit in case we're healing.
Okay.
I'm going to move up and take a peek through the door. What kind of door is it? Is it
Excellent question.
I can open?
So as you move up to it, the door is made of iron. It is a large door. So you're talking like giant cathedral ceilings in here because this is the entryway into the cathedral. So the iron door is like 12 feet tall. It's not something that you can see through. It's intricately made with all kinds of engravings and embossments on it, depicting some of the trials of Torm and the acts of good that he did. But there's nothing that you can see through that kind of thing. But it doesn't look like it is a locked type of door. It just is. It has like a large push bar in the middle of it, but you don't see a keyhole or any kind of mechanism that would lock it.
I'm gonna try to. Do I hear anything on the other side?
Let's go ahead and roll a perception check. Okay, so as you you turn and tell everybody shh, you put your ear to the door and listen for a few seconds, and you don't hear anything on the other side. It's just quiet. You can still hear the sounds of combat in the distance from the city behind you, but you're not hearing anything through the door.
All right. I'm going to open it slightly and take a look.
Okay, go ahead and open it. Okay, so as you look in, you see kind of a large entryway space in front of you. There's a couple of splashes of blood on the floor. Here, you can just faintly see the beginning of a spiral staircase going up. But you don't, from where you're standing, you don't see or hear anything directly in front of you. Up here, kind of at the very limits of your vision, so this guy right here, what you're seeing is it's like a large curtain that has been from both sides has been drawn across like this central pathway. So this light bluish gray that you see is a carpet that runs over the stone pavers of the cathedral. And then this guy up here is a curtain that's pulled across with just a slight opening in the middle.
Okay. I say back to the group, I see more blood stains inside, but I don't see anyone.
Right.
I'm going to move in.
Okay. So we'll have Severius move in. That's going to bring us up to Cassiel.
I gotta go here and then into the door and then up to there. It's my 40.
Okay. So as you look around, you see that there is 2 spiral staircases. So this is one right here. And then this is another matching one over here to the left. You also see that there are like broken windows. So you've got like broken windows here that look out and over here looking out onto the grounds. It looks like there used to be large, beautifully made stained glass windows that would have been in these giant iron frames that go up 20, 30 feet, but they've been blasted out. There's just shards of the stained glass remaining. As you look around, you see the cathedral itself. Again, as you look forward, you're seeing some of the same things. That curtain that is drawn across. You see benches along the walls. The entire place is decorated with artwork and frescoes and statuary all over the walls and in recesses. Let me have you roll a perception check for me. Okay. So as you are looking around at all of the artwork and various pieces kind of depicting the different gods of good, suddenly you realize that each of the pieces of artwork is in some way, shape, or form different from what you would expect in a temple or a cathedral to Torm. As you look more carefully, the artwork almost changes to your eyes, and instead of being a testament to good, they are now testament to a devil's superiority and strength. You show scenes of mortals succumbing to temptations, elves dying at the hands of fiends, dwarves suffering eternal torture atop their own forges. Every image that you switch to, every statue that you change your eyes to, is in some way shifts and swirls unsettlingly. Everything, depicting some kind of evil or temptation of Avernus. but it's almost kind of like if you spin in a circle and stop and the world kind of tilts. When you look at them, it's almost as if they kind of shift from what they should be to one of these depictions of evil.
Okay. That's my turn. I'm done.
Okay. So that's going to bring so you recognize that. Olin, you've moved up as well. Before we jump to you though, we can move Moon up, and then it would be Alatar's turn. So I'm just going to put Moon up in here in the room with you guys. Alatar, you're up next in the marching order.
Oh, sorry. I can.
That's no. You can stay right where you're at. We're just going to let Alatar move up and take a look around, and then we'll run to you. I don't mind
So
if when you guys are moving like that. I don't mind.
Can you stealthy types take a look around for us?
We can certainly do that. Okay, so let me have. So now that we've got you guys in here, I want to have Olin, Severius, and Alatar also all roll perception checks for me. Since you're kind of looking around. All right, so we've got 18.
I don't see shit.
9, 18, and 8. So 3 18s and a 9. Okay, so Severius doesn't see this, but the other three, so Moon, Olin, and Alatar, you all recognize that exact same thing about the artwork and the frescoes, the statuary that you're seeing around, even the broken pieces of the stained glass that you see on the ground, all kind of shift oddly from, again, these depictions of good, the righteous, lawful, good God of Torm, to these strange pictures of temptation and damnation and the devilish might of the devils and fiends of Avernus. So Severius, said, can you guys take a look around? We can certainly do that, but I want to let give Olin a chance here and Alatar a chance if you guys want to say anything now that you're both kind of up in the room. And I'm gonna bring Audrey along because I can't see why she would have kind of huddled back. And I'm gonna bring the NPCs up as well.
Okay.
And as you guys are kind of moving up, Harkina is gonna ask, is it safe? Is it safe inside the cathedral?
At least in the immediate area, it seems to be safe.
Okay.
We really don't know yet. We haven't seen anyone.
And I'm just going to make this a note for everybody. I am still using that multi-level plugin, so if you go into stairwells, it is going to teleport you other places. So just keep that in mind if you decide to go checking out stairwells and that kind of stuff. You could find yourself teleported to a different level, different part of the map, etc. Okay, so that's going to bring us.
I agree.
And I'm gonna see if anybody else saw what I saw. That the artwork seems to be a little off where we are.
Yes, I noticed that as well.
I'm not much of a Torm scholar, but I don't recall them depicting paintings of raping and pillaging. But interpretation.
Everyone's a critic.
Maybe it's titled a Friday night.
I pride myself on being a glass half full kind of guy.
I'm surprised they had time to change them, swap out the frescoes.
Hedonism Fridays, baby.
Some definite haunted mansion eyes following you, creepy shit.
Exactly.
Good, Scoob.
Zoinks.
see here.
Do you guys want to move in? Do you want to scout?
So
I
as
agree that our stealthy friend should take a look ahead.
Okay. So this area that you're in is called the Grand Foyer. Foyer, for those of us who aren't, don't want to be a pretentious DM tonight. If you guys want to have any of our stealthier types, we can certainly send Moon out. I mean, Andrew's not here to defend himself, so we can certainly put him out there. And what
Part and parcel of a rogue, man.
I mean, the good thing is that he has stupid, sick fucking stealth still. So the 26. So how far do you want him to go? What are we looking at here? Do you want him to do a loop around the room? Do we want him to kind of go up and take a look through, what can we see through?
Yeah.
What can we see through the...
I would say over to the left and do, a circle.
All right.
See what he gets.
In my mind, I'm hearing the little pitter patter of like cartoon.
That works for me. All right, so that's going to kind of come down this way. Okay, so he did a little bit of a loop. As he comes back, what Moon tells you is that, so you've got two staircases here. There are small alcoves with candelabras, benches, places where you can kind of sit and worship. He found one over kind of in this area, another one over here. There are some dead bodies stacked up over here. There is more blood that leads up. He was able to get near this curtain and peek through. And what he says is that he sees some kind of armored figure with two more hellhounds sniffing around a central statue that looks like it was dedicated to Torm, like a large black and gold clad statue of Torm atop a dais. He tells you that the armored figure didn't see him. He was able to kind of sneak back. But they're definitely the hellhounds and that figure are investigating around that statue ahead on the other side of this curtain. He did not go up and down either of the two sets of staircase.
Do you want to see what the mysterious figure is doing with the hellhounds?
On the dais, on the dais, on the dais, on the dais.
Rock me on his dais.
So that was Moon's turn. Technically up next, we would have Alatar. So we'll go through the marching order to have a discussion. Alatar, what's your response to Moon's info? What would you like to do?
Pretend I didn't hear it? No. So these are stairwells that are to the left and right of us?
They are. So this is
they go down.
They go up. So this is a staircase up. This is also a staircase up.
They go up. And then what Moon saw was on the same level here.
Yep. So there is a blood trail that goes through the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
And so here's the thing. Any of these curtains, you guys can move through the curtain. You can only see through the sections where the curtain hasn't been all the way closed. So anytime you see that kind of like chain and curtain image, it's not a solid wall. You can walk through it. You just won't be able to see what's on the other side until you're through it or until you look through one of the cracks. So Moon tells you that there was blood pulled through here. He also tells you that there was blood on this staircase, but he didn't go up high enough to see what it was. And there were some bodies over here.
Okay.
And there's
I
weird
just,
like black Icarus blood on the ground. So there's definitely been some kind of combat in here.
Okay. I'll slide over here. Can I notice anything about the black Icarus goo on the ground?
No, it's just let's have you do an investigation since you're actively looking at it. Okay. So as you get closer to it, it has an extremely pungent odor. It's some kind of fiendish blood. So something got wounded here. As you look at it, it is glistening. It is still very wet. So it has something bled or was wounded here recently.
I look over at Castiel and ask him if he wants to put his fingers in it.
How fresh is it?
Castiel knows.
You all nasty.
Can I? I guess that's my guess. That's my investigation. So never mind. It's my turn.
All right, that's going to bring us to Olin.
So that's probably his movement right about there.
Oh, so you're able to see more of the grand foyer. You can see some of the like small reflection areas that Moon had outlined with some candles. You can see them burning around some of the corners of the. There's these large stone pillars that rise all the way up, and as you look up, you can see that the ceiling, the pillars go up, and it must be another floor of some kind above you. But you're from where you're.
This is just disgusting.
Yeah.
It's no shrine to Moradin, but it's disgusting to see any holy place profaned like this.
And that's going to bring us back around to the top of the order to Audrey. What would Audrey like to do? And when I'm asking what you guys want, if you guys want to have a discussion amongst yourselves, do you want to move forward? Do you want to go up the stairs? Do you want to continue to check this level? Do you want to try and hightail it out of here? Whatever you guys want to do.
I think we should go and talk to the dude with the dogs. He got puppies. So I think that we go talk to the dude with the dogs, and then we see if we can go down the stairs after we have a chat with the dude with the dogs. Yeah.
I'm going to move the NPCs into here just so that they're out from outside. I'm going to move Sir Lancelot in there. So now everybody's in from outside. So if you wanted to close the door, you can do so. So when you say you want to go ahead and talk to the guy with the dogs, Moon turns and says, it's the same kind of doggies, quote unquote, air quotes, that we saw and just had to fight outside.
Yeah, I mean, Kitty did pretty good. All right, I guess we should go down one of the stairs. Yeah, he's handsome. He's a handsome looking dude. He looks like he's got lots of fun things to say. Yeah, no. I think we go down the stairs on the right. The path least taken by blood trails.
Yeah, but there's some kind of big smudge of like diarrhea or something on the floor over there. I don't know about that.
Well, Castiel's dragging his feet on fucking touching it, so I don't know what's going on.
Is that chocolate or poop?
Just don't slip in the
Chocolate or
scared
poop?
shit.
Chocolate or poop?
I mean,
All right,
Moon,
Clearly somebody got the shit scared out of him, and we just,
I mean,
it's
Moon,
going the other direction.
Moon is standing in another puddle of it.
Bowel incontinence is a serious matter.
So what do you guys want to do? the NPCs are all kind of huddling and looking around. They're also beginning to recognize that there's these strange depictions of devilish behavior, of fiends torturing the different denizens of the plains. And you see them, recoiling from these depictions of evil all around them. Harkina, being the voice of the group, turns back, and you catch her talking. Castiel and Moon, you can catch her talking to Lulu, saying that something has befouled this place. This was once a beautiful skylit hall to Torm. I don't understand how all of this could have changed so quickly.
I think we should take the stairwell that I'm
Drawing,
closest to.
drawing circles around.
Stairs that you are currently circumlocuting.
I'm just trying to be, polite.
So that is just one of the staircases that goes up. If you guys want to go up, you can certainly do so. If you move over, it's going to move you up to a different spot. And once you get there, just kind of hang out.
Hanging.
So Alatar decided to run up. Anybody going with him, or are you going to let him go on his own?
Were you going to say go to his death?
Smell you later.
How is it up there?
Smell you later, dude. Holler down how
I don't know.
it
I see a
is.
lot of clouds. There's a dude standing in front of some gates,
I'm telling you,
welcoming me.
that fucking shield is telling him where to go.
Finally, we're alone, bro.
I don't trust it.
Bro.
So where you are up top, Dig, you kind of you're still in the staircase. So if you move down and around a little bit, you'll be able to see a little bit more. What you're finding is that there is like before I jump back down, so only Alatar sees this. But as you come up, this is like a area for a choir to sit. You can see there's an area up front where there'd be like a conductor. This whole thing is a balcony that looks down on the area down below. Okay. So you're up on a second floor looking down. So I don't have the map set up to do this, but if downstairs, if like Severius and Olin and those guys kept moving forward, they would be over in this area. So up here,
Okay.
kind of off the edge of the map, would be where that giant curtain is. It's just the map isn't built like that. Here to the south is a giant organ. I know you guys are all thinking it's a giant phallus. It is not.
Is it a male organ or a female organ?
It is a.
No, Jake.
It goes by Zis and Z.
It's a they.
Its preferred pronouns are Zis and Z. So this is you have moved up into the High Hall choir area.
Cool.
Let me.
I see some ebony and ivory.
Yep. So up here at the top of the balcony, this is a magnificent pipe organ. It has ivory keys that are practically glowing, even as its ebony keys seem to absorb all light before you. There are some candelabras hanging from the ceiling above, as well as some skylights that look out. You can see the companion glowing blue and black, shooting out lightning bolts above. It looks like there are, the path kind of wraps around a little bit from where you are. You can see kind of way over here. There are more curtains that you might be able to go through to an area behind the piano or behind the pipe organ. But we're going to pause you there as I go back down over to the other folks downstairs. So Alatar ran upstairs. Again, you guys don't know anything about the pipe organ or the orchestra upstairs.
I'm gonna go tickle the ivory and mess with the organs a little bit.
Well, let's have you wait on that until we get back to your turn. I mean, you can certainly do that.
Best sound effects ever.
So after Alatar would be Olin. Olin, what would you like to do? So Alatar goes jogging up the stairs. What would you like to do?
Other than choke Alatar? I think I'm gonna keep exploring down here.
Choke
Okay.
my organ.
Your pipe organ?
That's about the extent of the movement.
Okay. That's going to bring us back to the top of the order to Audrey. What would Audrey like to do? Does Audrey want to follow Alatar
gonna go-
upstairs?
No, I'm gonna go check out the bloody stairs.
Okay. So I'm just going to move you over to him.
And you're the best.
Yep. That way you don't have to try to move around the walls and all the NPCs that were there. If you want to try to go up the stairs, you can. If you want to kind of move around that edge, you certainly can. Take a look and see what the blood was.
Yeah, I just want to take a sniffs around.
Okay. So as you kind of move up a little bit, what you see is that there is a dead body on the stairs, kind of hacked to pieces, huge rends, gaping bloody wounds, still wet in the robes and in the flesh of this acolyte. Literally, like was hacked into so hard, its sandals have fallen off of its feet. There is no head left on the body. Its hands were hacked off. It's just been completely defiled and left bloody here on the stairs.
Was it dragged up the stairs according
Correct.
to the trail?
Yep, it was dragged up to this point and then left there. If you
So we can
take
assume that whatever dragged it is probably still up there.
possibly not.
I mean, I don't have Castiel to come in and dip his fingers in the blood, but is it fresh? Yum yum.
It is still relatively fresh. It is still wet. If you take another step or two forward, you would go up those stairs.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna hang out here and I'm gonna holler back, y'all.
Okay.
And just say, hey, there's fresh dead body here. Maybe there's something up here.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Severius.
We're gonna move forward, I guess. Try to. Here somewhere.
Oh shit. From where Olin is, I can't see what it is, but there's something over there.
And there certainly is.
You mean like a big chunk of meat?
On the other side of the curtain, there's a NPC or something.
Yeah, that's
There's
what.
like dragged to the right is like a big red square thingy, right? It looks like a cloth or maybe a covered up dead body or
Well,
maybe a
there's-
hellhound in disguise.
It's
There's a
black
guy
out
right
for
here.
me. Yeah, I can't see what it is. I just see that there's an NPC or something there. The rest of it is blacked out for me.
Well, that's what Moon said. There was a guy up there with some.
Yep.
Hellhounds.
Yeah, there's the dude up there with the hellhounds, and there's like an altar up there, up the path.
I
In
somehow
front of
missed
us.
the part about the guy being there. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah, there. That's what I thought we would
Okay, well,
go encounter that guy.
All right. So it looks like Severius has moved up. Olin has moved up. Audrey's in the staircase. Alatar's upstairs. What would Castiel like to do?
Everyone go in a different direction.
Yeah, that's what I'm noticing. I got two people went up in front.
Split the party. Split the party. Split the party. That never.
Alatar
ends
went up one
bad.
set of stairs, and Audrey's going up another set of stairs.
always split the party.
Yeah, we're totally breaking up the band here.
I don't know why you guys split the party.
I'll go up the set of stairs that Alatar went up.
Okay. So that's
Oh,
the one.
man.
That's going to be this guy over here. Yep. So if you go up,
I'm
that's going to.
teleported.
Yep, that'll take you up. If you kind of come down around the staircase, you should be able to see where Alatar is.
I'll show him around.
All right, I'm up here with you.
So you
Behold
can
my stuff.
I'm going to move you one more out so you can kind of see some of the same stuff. So you've got that choir space where singers could have been like sitting and singing. You've also got this giant, magnificent pipe organ. And again, you see the same kind of thing. It's, these giant brass tubes rising up into the ceiling. It's got this kind of immaculate, beautiful keyboard. The ivory keys glowing, the ebony keys seeming to absorb light. It is just this kind of beautiful, beautiful pipe organ. All right, so that gets them. The two of them are upstairs. Let me jump back down here. After Castiel, we are back to Moon. All right, so we've got half the party on staircases are upstairs. The other half has moved forward toward the curtain. Do you want me to split it 50-50 to choose which way he goes? Or do you guys want to make an argument as to what Moon would do here?
50-50. I don't know what he's going to do. I think he's probably going to go in a different direction than everyone else.
Let me do this before we decide what Moon's going to do. What are you doing with Sir Lancelot? He's kind of back here with Moon and all the NPCs in front of that open doorway to the outside. Do you want him staying with you? I would say that a giant steed-sized war mastiff is going to be making a lot of noise. At this point, you and Olin are at the point where you're going to start rolling stealth checks here in a second because you're getting pretty close to that curtain. What do you want to do with Lancelot?
He can stay there. That's fine.
Okay. Anybody else for the 50-50, or do you want to make an argument as to what Moon's going to do?
Roll it.
I think Moon would try to avoid danger.
That's a pretty good point, and he knows that there's hellhounds and shit on the other side of that curtain. Even he goes upstairs, odd he stays down. Odd down, even up. He's staying down, so he is going to move up next to Olin. And as he kind of steps up here, he's still stealthing. He very quietly points through the curtain to where you can see that thing that is standing there. That Olin can see. And let me just see here. This is So he leans in very close to Olin, and what he whispers to you is, I don't know what that is, but it's very heavily armored and covered in weapons. When I was able to stealth up or sneak up to the edge of the curtain, I could just see its back. It has some kind of a flag that is attached to its back and its armor, and it's wearing some kind of a mask. It didn't make any noises. It's just staring at the statue, and where it points, the hellhounds were sniffing. That is going to bring us to Alatar. So back upstairs. What would Alatar like to do?
I wanted to see if my shield brother had any insight
about what? What are you going to ask it?
about the being down below.
So technically from where you are up top, even looking down, you would be looking at the curtains. You wouldn't be able to see it. You wouldn't know it's there.
Okay.
You haven't moved close enough. The curtains would
Other
be
than
in the
what
way.
I've heard. Okay.
Well, so you're upstairs. You wouldn't have heard anything they did down there. You would have heard Moon's original report while you were down there that there was some kind of armored figure with hellhounds, but the additional information that he just gave to Olin, you wouldn't have heard that. So you don't have all you know is there's an armored figure in there. You can certainly ask the shield.
All right, I'll move to the edge of the balcony.
Okay, so as you look down, the map is not really set up to do a whole lot of this, but basically kind of this edge right here is where those curtains would be. So kind of directly underneath this edge of the balcony is where like Severius and Olin are.
Okay, but I can't see over the curtain.
No. Nope, the curtain goes, it literally runs all the way up to the very ceiling.
Oh, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay.
You could take a running leap out and try to slide down the curtains if you want. Do it.
I didn't stretch.
Do
no, I don't want to risk it.
All right, so you look around a little bit. That is going to take us to Olin. Back downstairs.
Okay. So, having had Moon whisper to him, Olin makes a discreet noise trying to get Severius's attention.
Okay. Let me have you. Let me have you roll a. What do we think this would be? It's not really a stealth check because you're not stealthing. I'm gonna have you do a sleight of hand, kind of like you're waving your hands or trying to like make a small noise, like snapping your fingers, something low, but not necessarily like an audible word or that kind of thing.
Or would it be survival?
Survival is more.
I'm joking. I have better survival.
I was feeling like I know it's a +3, but
I'll roll sleight of hand.
Yeah, let's just to see like almost like you're trying to use like like a hand language or that kind of thing.
Almost a wah-wah.
So what
like a hand jive?
What I want to do though is I want to have Severius is going to roll. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to use his passive perception, which is an 11. So if we did an 11 to a 2, he still isn't going to see anything. So he does not catch on to you trying to grab his attention. Let me do. So that's Olin. That's going to bring us back around to the top to Audrey.
Wait a second. Would I guess would trying to get his attention, is that considered like an action or like a bonus action or whatever?
So we're not really in combat, so I'm not looking at it like it's action or action. I'm just trying to let everybody do one or two things per turn. If you want to move as well, you certainly can.
Well, I'm just thinking at this point, could I like maybe cast a heal on him in the hopes that it will, trigger him to look back at me or something?
You could certainly try that.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, so Severius feels this healing wave pour over him. What does Severius do? You feel life coming back into your torn flesh. You feel your wounds beginning to knit. What does Severius do?
It scares me a little bit, and I fart slightly and jump up.
Cool. Let me have you roll a stealth check.
Oh yeah. Stealthy in my heavy armor.
Okay. That's an 11, so you're good. Okay, so you kind of turn around, fart a little bit. You see Olin rapidly trying to gain your attention.
I say to him, what?
And Olin, like, does the hand motion, like, come here?
Yeah, move back.
And so then, it's like, hey, Moon just told me that there looks like some bad shit in there.
Well, what should we do then?
Where the fuck did everybody go?
Wait! I turned around. We were all here.
All right, so you guys are having that conversation. I want to jump back to Audrey. So Audrey, you're still on that staircase with the dead body and the blood. Do you want to come back down and see what people are doing downstairs? Do you want to continue the rest of the way up?
Hey guys, what you doing? So I'm gonna go ahead and meet up with the rest of the little pack on the carpet there.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring you. Well, thing on. Let me grab that. I'll just bring you out and around to the group, so you can kind of see them here in front of you.
All right, and I'm good.
Okay. That's going to bring us back to Severius. So there's 4 of you down here. You recognize your missing part of your party. What would you like to do?
I say, where is Alatar and Kaz?
Telling you, they shield.
I send Lancelot to go bark at them.
You guys send Lancelot upstairs
Yeah.
to bark.
Yeah.
Cool. Which staircase you want to go up, left or right?
Right. He'll give a little ruff.
Oh, just a stealthy rough.
Yes. And under the breath, ruff.
All right, so Castiel and Alatar. That actually is going to bring us up to Castiel. Sir Lancelot comes lumbering up the stairs. I don't even know what I want to do in terms of stealth here because we just had an armored war mastiff go trotting up a staircase. 8, 6. Okay. He gets up to the very top, looks out, gives you a little chuff. What would Castiel like to do?
Well, I'd like to make a swing around the room to make sure there's nothing up here besides the organ.
Okay. So as you move up, what you're seeing is that there are 2 other curtains. There's a curtain over here and a curtain over here, with the carpet kind of leading through. You'd have to move up closer to try to see through them if you wanted to kind of see what's there. As you,
I want to go see the wizard.
So as you kind of peek through the curtain, you can see that it leads out to like the parapets. If you move a little bit farther forward, you'll see some more, but there's kind of a hallway that kind of goes down that way. There's one of the big circular parapets here.
Has its own block. It's not showing that. Is it because it's dark or something?
Oh, it might be. Hang on. Let me see what I got the sight level set here too.
Yeah, this section, I'll see if I can draw it or whatever. Yes. Drawing tool. This section here is still dark. To me. Still fog of word.
That should be better now, right? Yep. So as you're kind of looking in the hallway, you can see that it looks like there's maybe a little bit of an entranceway here. Another kind of similar to the parapet maybe that you're next to, the circular one that you're next to on this side. You see the backside of the organ, the pipe organ with the huge brass pipes leading up into the air. So we've had you move around a little bit. Let me see, what does Moon want to do? So back down here on the first floor, Moon looks around at the four of you and he's like, what the fuck are we doing? Seriously, the fuck are we doing? That's going to bring us back to Alatar. Back upstairs. What would Alatar like to do? As you look out over the balcony.
Since, yeah, I don't see anything but a curtain, so I'm bored. I'm gonna, since Severius sent his giant horse up, I'm gonna go jump on the horse and run it back down the stairs.
I'd like you to do a animal handling.
Athletics check.
Animal handling, right? I don't know why I got two of them, but
All right. Well, both of those fail. So you're going to kind of go bumbling, stumbling, fumbling down the stairs on the back of kind of grabbing the tail. And he does not stop. He just keeps running down. You find yourself at the bottom of the stairs, kind of dragged down a little bit.
I do not give him a treat.
It's going to bring us to Olin. What would Olin like to do?
Olin is going to just kind of back up a little bit.
Shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting wabbits. All right, so Olin's going to back up a little bit. Do you say anything to the rest of the party as you as you back off? Do you?
Yeah, I mean, like backing off with his hands kind of raised, like I think we need to regroup.
Okay, that's going to bring us back to the top of the order to Audrey.
Well, can I holler to Moon and Severius and be like, all right, we should find a way to get the others. Altar's come down the stairs, right? He's already down?
Yeah, so you haven't seen him yet. He kind of fumbled to the bottom of the stairs. But he is back on this floor. You haven't seen him yet, though.
All right, so we just kind of gather over by Olin. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Severius. So you get healed. As you're having a conversation with Olin, he slowly just backs away. Just keeps walking away from you. What would Severius like to do?
I guess I'll follow. I'll come back. Motion Moon to join us.
Okay. I'm just going to bring him kind of back with you then. What would Castiel like to do? Back upstairs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out that doorway.
Okay. So as
See
you
if it's
move,
unlocked.
Yep.
Ooh, pretty perfect.
so it's looking down over kind of the front. The staircase would be directly below where you are right now, coming up into the high hall. But you don't see anything out here. It's just kind of a empty area at this point.
Okay. I will, on my next turn, start heading back down.
All right, let me do that. That is going to bring us to Moon, who I moved up. It's going to bring us to Alatar. So Alatar, your ass over tea kettle at the bottom of the stairs. As Sir Lancelot goes around the corner, what would Alatar like to do?
I'll make my way down the rest of the stairs. No thanks to Sir Glamps-a-lot. And I'll join the rest of the party. And tell him I saw a beautiful organ and nothing upstairs.
Okay. So then Olin.
Where's Castiel?
He, did his usual thing and wandered off to look at something.
Wandered
That
off
sounds-
to follow him, and then he left me.
I turned around, you were gone. I was looking over the balcony, and where's Castiel? Who knows?
That sounds vaguely familiar.
It's like he always has an ulterior motive for searching for shit.
No one. I'm gonna find my book.
So, all right. So you guys are kind of down here talking around. So I'm going to let the group that's downstairs can have a conversation. While you're doing that, I want to resolve whatever Castiel is doing upstairs. So if you want to move around and come back down, let's do that. If you want to do anything else or look around further upstairs, let's do that. But let's finish that stuff up before we kind of move forward on the conversation downstairs. All right, so
Really wanted to play with the organ, but
I mean that is an
all right,
option.
I'm back.
You can play the organ. There's a giant pipe organ upstairs that could be played.
I mean,
All right.
they have to go through my friends to get to me.
All right, so you guys have got everybody together again. So we just spent 30 minutes checking out the upstairs and looking through a curtain. What would the party like to do?
There look like some bad mamma jammas on the other side of those curtains. We're pretty beat up too.
Is there anywhere to take a rest that we think is safe?
The quiet, boring upstairs place?
Like the choir area upstairs where I was, whatever.
You can certainly search around and see if you could find some place. That's up to the group. I would say that where you're standing right now is certainly not a safe location to try to bed down and take a rest, but if that's what you want to do, I'll roll random encounters.
What about the dark corner to the northwest?
Yep. So it's there are a number of like candelabras. Yep, over there. It's one of the areas that it looks like there was. Moon had said there were some benches, candelabras, like a place to worship. If you wanted to, you guys could certainly go try and check that out. He did say there was another curtain over there.
Yeah, and it's the same to the right too.
Oh. But you're not seeing anything that has like a doorway or something where you could like lock yourselves in. This, I mean, this is a giant grand cathedral, so it's basically kind of wide open, giant stone pillars leading up to the roof, these giant curtains hanging off of chains from the ceiling. There's a balcony above you, which is where Alatar and Cassiel just were.
I mean, if we go upstairs, right, can we rotate guarding the stairwell for those who are less injured?
It's a
Which I guess
possibility.
Was there any place up there that would be defendable?
I mean, we got, stairwells that we can shoot at if we need to, or attack at if they're coming up them. Good as any, I suppose.
If there's no place around here that we could actually rest with potential big bads on the other side of the curtains, maybe our best plan would be to try to draw them up one of these stairwells. We should get the civilians up to safety first, though.
As you're saying that, the group kind of steps up, and Kina whispers, "The children are getting very antsy. We've got to find some place that we can be safe or hide or something. This wide open space, the blood that's everywhere, something just does not feel right here."
And the pools of shit on the floor, too.
Let's move everybody upstairs.
Okay. If you guys want to move upstairs, go ahead. What I will do is just drag everybody back out. Okay. So as you guys come up and around that staircase and into the room again, you see like this kind of choir space with pews kind of raised up on a wooden stage with a conductor spot at the very front of it, looking out over the balcony down toward the cathedral below. At this end is the giant pipe organ, these different sized, incredibly polished brass tubes reaching up to the sky. As you look at it, the same type of thing, you notice that the white keys glow, whereas the black keys seem to almost absorb the light. The entire organ has a kind of a glow to it.
Severius, no.
Play the bones organ.
Just one. Let me touch just one of them.
Would you like to try to play the pipe organ?
It's been my secret passion. Play the organ.
Do we have everybody up here? Oh, I think we didn't move Castiel back up yet.
Moon and Castiel are still down here.
No, let me come back and grab Moon. If you want to come up, bro, you can. Should be able to get around and go up one of those 2 staircases. Okay. So you guys are up here in kind of this grand choir space in the cathedral. Again, giant candelabras hanging from the ceiling, lighting up the area. This giant, beautiful pipe organ kind of just sitting there. The choir space, the 2 central staircases going back down. The balcony edge that looks down to the cathedral below. And then a couple of those hanging curtains to the south past the organ. Where you guys could possibly move through to the other side. Let's go back to the top of our order. What would Audrey like to do?
We could try to draw them all up here.
Play the organ and get them to come up here, and we attack them as they come up the stairwell. We have any great organ players, like a bard or something?
Aren't the dwarves performers?
We have a very willing paladin.
If we do that though, which set of stairs are they going to come up?
They're going to come up both. I mean, you assume, right? So we put the women and children at one stairwell, and then we put the, beat up people on the other one. So when they're snacking on the women and children, I'm just kidding.
Children as decoys. I like it.
Hey, it's a buffer.
You knew you were bringing along for
He
some
likes
reason.
it. He does, huh?
He likes
Uh-huh.
it. Then it.
Oh,
The cleric
did I
cleric
say
okay,
that
with
out
it, and
loud?
we're doing it.
Cleric agrees with human sacrifice. I love it.
Did I say that out loud?
So, do we want to do that? I can play some glowing keys. Hopefully, it doesn't bring up a ghost because they glow.
Well, I was thinking we would have, like maybe Severius at the top of, or on one stairwell, me on the other, and then damage dealers, right behind us, so that hopefully we could, have a bottleneck where we could manage any problems.
Does everybody have enough health to do that? Do we want to nap first and then draw them up here?
I just don't know if there's any guarantee that we'd be safe napping.
That's true. That's true. Anyone?
I mean, if we're going to attack, I think it'd be smarter to have Kaz and Moon stealth up, attack, and then we all move in and go after them.
That sounds good too.
And at least they would get, some damage on them, hopefully, initially.
Sneak attack, yeah.
Mhm.
Or surprise attack, whatever.
So as you guys are talking, Lulu and the group of NPCs have kind of moved up toward the pipe organ, just kind of staring at its beauty and the glowing keys. And Lulu approaches and she sees Severius and Audrey kind of sitting side by side in front of the pipe organ.
Oh my gosh, this thing is so beautiful. Look at the size of it.
And like she's kind of like fluttering around on her little fat elephant wings, kind of flittering back and forth looking at it.
Oh, I bet you it makes just the most beautiful music. I gotta play it. I gotta hear it. Let's play the keys.
Is there squeaky elephant? Is there magical properties to this organ?
It absolutely glows.
You wanna? Maybe we should just play the organ. Can I cast? I have a sense good and evil or something.
But
That
don't
doesn't
F
cost a
sharp.
spell.
F sharp.
That's a real. I was very specific, Ryan. I've got a good and evil or something.
That's like a racial thing. He's got a racial
spell that
thing.
I got a spell that does something. Can I use that?
So you've got your divine sense, which is all about either powerful good or powerful evil strikes out in your senses.
Yeah. Can I use that on the organ?
You could certainly try it.
Okay, let's try that.
All right.
Do I
So
have to roll.
nope, it just uses it. I'm just going to do that so it'll consume your resource. There we go. That's your one divine sense, I think, for the day that you get. Nope, you get 5 of them. So you've got 4 or 5 left.
Nice. Okay.
Yep. So as you use your divine sense, let me just read this. Okay, so you can sense things that have been consecrated or desecrated. You sense that this pipe organ has been consecrated. As you use your divine sense, trusting in the gods that you pull your power from, the divine powers that be, as you kind of close your eyes and settle yourself, open your eyes back up, and the entire organ is glowing in a like white radiance before you that slowly fades out as the divine sense fades as well. But you can sense and you know in your very core that this pipe organ has been consecrated and is a magical artifact of some kind for the Cathedral to Torm.
I say that to everyone else in the group. I feel this is magical, powerful magical item, artifact.
Mhm.
I think we should play it and see what happens. I don't think our new devilish friends downstairs would like it at all.
Okay, so if you guys want to play it, it's going to be we would do a performance check. So if you've got a high performance ability, we would want to roll a performance skill check to see if you play the organ well. So is Alatar trying to play at the same time Audrey is trying to play?
Alatar's
What's up?
got some itchy fingers.
Oh,
You,
okay.
you scratch your balls with those itchy fingers. You stay off my piano.
So as you guys are getting going, Audrey begins to play.
people going to guard the stairs? Guard the stairs?
Take a look over the side and see what happens.
The sound of the organ resonates out through the entire cathedral. Audrey's skill as a musician and her performance skills, part of her, that folk hero part of her that is a performer at heart, shines through as she is able to play the organ and play it correctly. Everybody that can hear it, everybody that, which is everybody in the cathedral, now has a D8 bonus die. You feel the power of Torm and the powers for good within the cathedral kind of settle in. So everybody's going to get 1 D8 bonus die that you can use at any point in time in the next 24 hours. And that D8 can be used for any attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. The only thing it can't be used is for additional damage. So if you roll something, you can at any point roll the D8 as an additional modifier to that attack, ability, or skill check, or saving throw. As the power of Torm. The power of Torm compels you. The power of Torm compels you. Additionally, Moon comes running around this corner screaming, "They're fucking coming!"
I love that Andrew swears way more when you're in charge.
Yeah,
than when he's in
yeah,
charge.
definitely. I mean, why wouldn't he?
That's the Cuban coffee talking.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Andrew would have been like, hey, guys, I think they're coming.
Hey, there's people approaching, perhaps.
So, Moon turns to the rest of the group and says that he can hear something running up the stairs. And we're going to do that. And you guys get to do that. Corey, you also hear something running up the stairs. And see this come flying around the corner towards you. So we'll do that and pop both of you in there. Moon and Severius, you can both see, and Olin can see as well. Let me roll for Moon. Put him in the list. Moon rolls a perfect 20, so he screams out, "Hellhound in the stairwell." And you see as he draws his weapons and sets his feet. I'm going to throw you guys into combat, and then let me do the 3 of you as well. And Sir Lancelot. All right, so all of you guys are in the combat tracker. Go ahead and roll your initiative. We're going to be doing some combat here. Okay. I am going to have them just do that. And we're going to start. And switch to the music. Okay, so up first is going to be Moon. So he saw the Hellhound as it came barreling up. He is going to take 1 step forward and attack. He's going to miss with the first attack. He is then going to follow up with his dagger. And unfortunately misses with that as well. He then is going to use his cunning action to disengage, back up a few steps. That's going to bring us to the first Hellhound that is going to come kind of barreling out of the staircase. And it is definitely chasing right after Moon, because that's who took a swing at him first. He is going to take a bite. At Moon, that is going to hit.
Now you roll great.
Yeah, man.
So the Hellhound comes running out, takes a huge chunk out of Moon. That's going to bring us to Sir Lancelot. Do you want to have him come barreling in? I could put him there. He can try and take a bite.
Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, that is also going to miss, but that's going to bring us to Alatar. So, Alatar, from where you're standing, you've seen kind of what's happened with Moon and the Hellhound and Sir Lancelot kind of come bounding in. So you can see that one Hellhound from there. What would you like to do?
Okay. Question. I take my bonus action first, right?
Yeah. Yep. Bonus action can be taken.
So I'm gonna cast. Okay. I'm gonna cast the Hexblade Curse on that Hellhound.
Okay.
And then I will cast Ray of Frost. And again. Ooh, 19. So the 19 would count as a crit.
Yes, it would. Let me just see if this does the effect for Ray of Frost. I just want to check something here that we're doing the Hexblade correctly. So critical on each one plus shoot the bonus in the attack. And if they die, you get hit points equal to your level plus your charisma modifier. Okay, so the attacks both hit. The first one did 6 damage. The second one should do 2d8, so 16. So it did 4. So we've got to go additional 12 to do the max damage for the spell on that crit. Okay, so it's also had its movement reduced. It still has the hex. It still has the Hexblade Curse on it. I just want to put something on here that lets me know it's got that. I'm just gonna have to remember I don't have a thingy for it. Okay. Any movement that you'd like to take. So that's bonus action, 2 attacks. Any movement.
I will move out a little bit. There we go.
Okay.
Done.
So that's going to bring us to the second Hellhound that is going to step up and take a bite at Olin. That's going to take a big chunk out of Olin. Oofa. Okay. That is then going to bring us to Severius. So you hear Olin kind of scream out as another Hellhound comes up the other staircase and latches onto his arm that he's holding the holy taco in. What would Severius like to do?
We'll get past this thing without attack of opportunity, right?
Correct. Unless you just fucking kill it.
Yeah, let me try that. Okay, I'm gonna take a swing at it. I didn't like using my hot bar because that got me the 1. What's another way I can?
So if you just open up your character sheet, you'll see that you've got your silvered skull mace. If you hover over it on the left-hand side, it turns to the icon for it will turn to a white die. If you click on the die, it'll do the automated attack. That's better. There you go. Boom.
And then,
You get 2 attacks per round.
yep. Thank you, because I forgot about that last time. But then again, I knocked myself silly.
Yep,
so.
yeah, you discombobulated yourself. So this is the first time tonight you get to do it. So you can attack again with that exact same attack. Or you can use one of your other spell attacks, whatever you want to do. You get a second attack.
I'll attack again. Come on, baby. Damn it.
That unfortunately is going to be a miss. But the first pummeling blow from your skull flail, a skull mace, excuse me, not we're calling it, tears into the hellhound as its back is to you, as it's trying to attack Moon. It is near death. That was a mighty blow. In addition to the 2 rays of frost that Alatar already tore it apart with. That's going to bring us to Audrey. I'm guessing you're not going to move because you don't want the attack of opportunity. But that will bring us to Audrey.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on Olin.
Big healing word. Big healing word. No whammies. Really couldn't do better than that. Perfect healing word. 6 total hit points. So Olin, as you've got this slobbering, fire-mouthed hellhound latched onto your arm, burning into your armor and your flesh, you hear Audrey scream out your name, and it. You feel a slight wave of healing settle into you, though the hellhound is still trying to ravage your arm. Would Audrey like to move or take a bonus action?
Yeah, I'll move.
Okay. As you move, I'm going to jump us to next in order is Castiel. What would Castiel like to do?
Castiel's gonna come over and kick some dog ass. All right. First attack. Let me target.
That's going to be a big old hit.
All right. Second attack.
That is going to be
Bonus
a miss.
action attack. Ah, 2 misses.
Man, 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
Okay. That is going to bring us to Olin. So you've got this hellhound that now releases your arm as Castiel slides past you and is able to connect like right in the corner of its jaw so that it shakes its head and releases your arm. What would you like to do?
I think I've got a potion of healing.
You do?
Is using that, is that an action?
Correct.
What is that?
It's an action.
Okay. All right. That works then. I'm going to use my action to drink a potion of healing.
Okay, so one of our house rules is that you automatically get the max of 10 hit points. So if you want, I can just remove... I'm just going to go ahead and remove it from your inventory, and we'll go ahead and add 10 hit points back to you.
Sounds good.
Remove that. Let me go here and go plus 10. There you go. So Olin's back up to 21
Excellent.
of 48. So that is an action, but you can take a bonus action or movement.
Yes, I am also going to target myself with Healing Word. And we'll do this at second level.
Okay.
So that'll be that.
Cool. That definitely puts you back up the super damage zone. That's going to bring us back to the top to Moon. He is going to again target that exact same Hellhound. That time he's going to hit. And he can do his sneak attack, which is going to kill that sumbitch dead. Moon's on fire tonight, ladies and gentlemen, with his attacks. So he drops the Hellhound at the feet. And we're just going to leave him right there for now. Let's jump to Sir Lancelot. Do we want to move him, kind of keep him where he's at? Do anything with our favorite steed?
Let's move him towards the center.
We'll do that. Okay, like maybe here?
I can get their side easily.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Alatar.
Alright, if I move my 30, can I see the other hound?
Not yet. It's still kind of in that staircase behind that wall from you.
Well, crap. Crap.
You can whisper words of encouragement.
T's and P's. T's and P's for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna cast. I think I'm gonna cast a little healing word on our friend Olin as well.
Okay.
Thank you, friend.
Oh, peace be with you.
Okay, so that's going to be another 5 hit points added back onto Olin. So that is going to bring us to the second Hellhound, who is... You know he's got to do it, folks.
Bastard.
You guys are so close, it's hard to get you both in the cone, though. It's only going to get Castiel this time because of the way I lined it up. And Castiel succeeded, so he only takes half damage. Okay. Let me go ahead and... Alright, that's going to bring us to Severius. I'm just going to do this real quick so I can grab that and delete it because it's only temporary.
Can I dash?
You can. If you dash to get over there, though, there won't be anything you can do after that. Dash is considered 2 actions.
Well, I don't have any distance anyway, so... Yeah, I'll dash there. Can I dash 45? What can I dash?
So
I
dash
Your
is
regular movement speed.
Yep, twice your regular movement, so you can go up to 60 feet. Cool. So that'll be both your actions. That's going to bring us to Audrey.
All right, I'd like to move into vision of the Hellhound so I can cast Cloud of Daggers.
Okay, so if we move you 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet up to here, you'll be able to see the Hellhound right there in the stairwell. All right, I want to do one little thing here. I'm going to move that. So as long as Castiel doesn't take a step forward, we'll be good. Otherwise, it was kind of like it was on the other side of the wall and it wasn't really catching him. So again, it'll do that. It will do that damage on the start of the Hellhound's turn. So 9 points is what we got this time for this round. Cool. Okay, it's movement and action. That's going to bring us to Castiel.
Brushing off the ash of my burnt robes. I kicked the shit out of this guy. Not with that. Oh, I get to roll off.
All right,
Fudge.
so let's go here.
What's the deal with the ones?
Okay, so
Oh, he's
It's
got
not-
no allies.
he's got no allies up here, so you're good to go there. That's going to bring... So this fumble didn't do anything that stops you or precludes you from taking your next attack, since you get multiples.
All right.
It didn't discombobulate or knock you down or anything, so...
This one might.
Holy shit!
Shit.
Apparently, I'm burning pretty bad.
What is going on, bud?
Oh, I had to get a good one. I'm stunned for 1 round.
All right, so you're going to lose one round of combat. Okay. That's going to bring us to...
Now I'm just a rock in the way of everybody.
So that's going to bring us to Olin.
Jesus Christ, the rolls.
Who'd you roll that on?
Castiel.
Oh, Castiel, gotcha.
Just I rolled almost as shitty as I possibly could.
I mean,
A 1 and a 2.
yeah, I mean, it could have been 2 1s. They should keep-
Almost as shitty.
For a second, I was wondering what the hell you're talking about, Mike, and then I realized it was 2d4, not 1d4.
Yes.
Yep.
2d4, a 1 and a 2.
All right, well,
Balls.
he's got 6 hit points back, which helps him out a little bit. Any additional action or movement?
Well, I'm going to swing at this demon dog. There, finally got it targeted. I'm tempted to use the thingy, but I think wherever the main bad dude down there was, we don't know, maybe I'll save it for him. So I'll just swing with the Holy Taco.
That, unfortunately, is going to be a miss.
Okay, that's it.
All right. So with that, let me do that. Let me do that and that. Okay. So you guys hear Moon scream out, "Something else in the stairway!" As he takes a kind of step forward and pauses there. That is going to bring us to Sir Lancelot. What would we like to do with
balls.
our sick balls, Chopper?
Hey, can he get over there? Not without getting in the barb.
So
Move
he's
him
not.
over by Moon.
All right, so we'll put him
Is
there.
it something? Yeah.
All right.
Up here.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Alatar.
All right. I can see the hound now. Yes. I think I got line of sight.
You sure can. You can
Targets.
also see the armored figure in the other stairwell.
Iron Man?
An armored figure in the other stairwell.
Iron Man.
Sure.
Muslin Rorschach.
I am.
We'll try an Eldritch Blast.
That is going to be a hit.
Try it again.
That will also be a hit.
And let's see.
Now you just piss him off.
Okay, so that's 2 attacks. Any additional movement?
No.
Okay,
Nice day.
cool. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, he is gonna take a bite at
Did he
Olin,
lose his 9?
and he is gonna miss.
Did the daggers get him?
And -9. So he gets sliced up by the daggers and then latches back onto Olin, but misses. Olin's able to swing the holy taco up and keep the Hellhound at bay. That will bring us to Severius.
All right. I'm gonna attack with the mace. Oh.
That's going to be a hit. That's a hell of a hit. 14 right on the top of that Hellhound. It is now officially bloodied. Pretty close to near death. You get 2 attacks.
You can do it. Come on.
That's going to be a hit with your bonus for another 12 damage. And just like that, Severius is going to put that Hellhound down. How do you want to do this? What does that look like? 2 back-to-back blows with your silvered skull mace of Merkel. Its necrotic head glowing green as you swing it. What does it look like as this thing drops to the ground?
I swing it across the side of its cheek with a big blow, knocking it silly, and then I bring it overhead and embed the mace down into the middle of its skull, creating a big crater in the middle of its head, and it just sinks to the floor.
Alrighty. So that's 2 attacks. You still can do a bonus action and a movement if you choose.
Yep, I'll move. Move here. And I will, with my bonus, everything went blank. What happened? Okay. With my bonus action, I'll cast Vow of Enmity on the figure coming up the stairs.
Okay, so that's going to give 5, 10. So he's just out of reach. He's 15 feet, and it's got to be within 10 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's 10 feet to cast it to get the advantage from Vow of Enmity.
Okay. Well, I guess
You can hold it till next time, or if you've got something with
Yeah.
more range.
Not that I want to use yet.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Audrey.
Okie dokie smoky.
So you can just kind of see the armored figure over here, kind of the top of his head coming up out of the staircase. But you can move closer if you wanted to. I'm going to guess you're probably going to stop the Cloud of Daggers spell, or you can keep it. You can maintain concentration if you want, but anything else that requires concentration, that would have to stop first.
Yeah, I got no more Cloud of Daggers anyways. I
Okay.
got no slots left.
So we'll do that. That'll remove the Cloud of Daggers. So if you want to cast something else, you certainly can. Or if you want to move up and make some attacks, you can start making your way in that direction.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for moving towards stabby.
All right. You've got your 25 feet of movement. You can start hopping across those pews in the choir if you want to. All right. That's going to bring us to this guy. He's going to start here. So he comes up. He's got this giant halberd that he comes out as he comes blasting up out of the staircase, swinging hard. He attacks first against Moon, hitting cruelly with the bladed edge of his halberd, and then back at Audrey as she steps into his range, but misses her completely. And that is going to bring us to Castiel. So this would be the round that you are stunned, but you'll be fine after this. So let me go ahead and remove that. And then that brings us to Olin.
Is Moon dead?
Is Moon dead?
No.
It
No,
says he's dead.
Yes, he's dead.
No,
that was
he's-
the dog.
That's the dog he's standing on top of. He's badly injured.
Oh, jeez. I'm like, oh, he's
God,
so
man.
casual. The DM's just like, and so he's gonna move on.
Hey, by
Like,
the
wait,
way,
Moon's dead.
Andrew said he can't play anymore, so we just killed Moon. No, he's badly injured. There's two tokens sharing the space, and the dead dog is under him, so you're probably seeing that. Here, I will
Okay.
do that. There you go.
I no longer have the macro unless the Heavens Fall is the macro for it. I want to cast the Guiding Bolt from Heavens Fall.
Yep. So if you go into your character sheet, and then click on your features tab.
Okay.
Scroll all the way down to the bottom. It'll have the Heavens Fall Guiding Bolt there. You can drag that out to your
Now I
macro
see
bar. Yep. Oh boy. Olin's bringing the big guns. Don't miss.
So I thought I cast it. Let me try again.
You can do it.
It's not doing anything when I click on it. It's in my third slot, and it's not casting.
Let me just check one quick thing here. Try it again.
Nothing.
All right, hang on uno segundo.
See you die.
I hit the 2 key, and I was just testing the
Yep.
different key to see if something worked, and it did the crossbow. So cancel that out.
Nope. Hang on. Uno segundo. I'm just going to try and fix that. Let me just... I'm just trying to fix the item here real quick. I'm just going to do that. So try to no, so that's not working yet. For some reason it's not letting me do that.
It says my controlled actor does not have a spell feat called Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, I'm gonna so delete that off your Mac. Yeah, just delete that off your macro bar for a second. I'm gonna delete Heaven's Fall just for one quick second here. If I take Heaven's Fall, magic item, it's got that on it. That's set, that's set, that is set. If I bring him back over, come on. Let me equip him. If I come back in here, okay, so go back into your features and see if you can drag that Heaven's Fall out. Let's see if this one works. If it doesn't, I'll just have to try and grab the spell here real quick. Yep, there we go. Come on.
Fuck this fucking game. Fuck it.
Okay. I would like to, so as your benevolent dungeon master, I would like to remind you that you have a D8 that you can choose to roll and add if you would like to try to
Add to that miss.
it may
You can
not-
do it better.
It may not be a hit, but at least it won't be a critical fumble. So that would be a 9.
Just
So that,
did, but just do it better.
so that is still going to be a miss with a 9, but it's not going to be a critical. You won't have to roll on the crit die. Any additional actions, bonus actions?
Well, I'm worried about both Audrey and Moon.
I'm just gonna back this up for a second, because I feel like I robbed you as your DM. So not only did you have the D8 that you can roll, Olin's had inspiration for like multiple sessions and has never spent it. Olin's got inspiration, Moon's got inspiration, and Severius has inspiration. The three of you have not spent it or utilized it, so instead of using that D8, if you wanted to, you could just simply re-roll the attack using your inspiration.
My on my character sheet it says inspiration and then parentheses it says 0.
So it's I don't track it through the character sheet. I track it with the token on the actual character sheet. So you'll notice in the upper left-hand corner, you've got a little sun. That's your inspiration. Yep. The character sheet one doesn't show anywhere. Yep.
Yeah, in that case, I would use the inspiration to try to re-roll that.
Okay, so I have reloaded the charge that you had on Heaven's Fall. So if you want to re-roll, you certainly can.
We'll try that again.
Yep, and I'm just gonna.
You can do it.
I'm
You
just
can do
gonna
it.
delete out that use of the D8. So now, if you wanted to roll the D8 and add it to that 15 to try to hit, you could certainly do so.
Let's do that.
So that would be an 18. That is going to be a hit, which means that you now get to roll 5d6 radiant damage.
I like the DM time machine.
Nice. Nice.
So 19 damage. Excellent. So minus 19. That immediately sets this thing to bloodied. I don't think it has... No, it has no resistances to radiant. So that is going to be full damage. So the full 19 points. So, Olin comes stepping over the choir pieces. He's bloodied, beaten up from the combats he's been over the last several hours, making his way through Elturel. The Holy Taco has come through for him in a pinch here and there, but he decides enough is fucking enough. It's time to unleash this beast. And at first, it seems like the Holy Taco kind of sputters a little bit. For whatever reason, maybe because of the way the Hellhound bit onto his arm. Maybe there was some like lava saliva. Whatever it is, it sparks a little bit and it almost seems like it's not going to quite fire. But then, lo and behold, the guiding light flares out of it, lighting up the cathedral. Another clarion note rings out from the pipe organ in triumph as the blast goes slinging through the space past Severius and Audrey, slamming into this armored figure, knocking it back a step as it screams out in pain. Any bonus movement you'd like to take?
No, I think that was all the shit I had.
That's gonna.
But now on Moon's turn, now he gets advantage on his attack. Yeah.
He certainly does. If I remember correctly. The next attack roll made against this target for the end of your next turn has a... Yes. So he's going to get advantage.
Because, yeah, now Iron Man is glittering.
So he is going to attack. That is going to be a hit for 5. Because we've got people around him, he gets to roll his sneak attack. And yet again, Moon puts down another Devil of Avernus.
Yes!
Let me do that.
I am inevitable.
So that is going to be the end of our combat. As Moon steps forward, this thing glowing, screaming in pain from the guiding bolt and the radiant energy that came blasting out of the Holy Taco. You see Moon comes in low and is able to, with both hands, slam his rapier up under the armored breastplate of this creature, jamming it all the way up to the very hilt of the rapier, hissing and spitting like an angry cat as he does so. And it drops dead at your feet. So let me go ahead and remove Sir Lancelot. Let me end that combat and award some experience points. And there's another hefty chunk for you folks. Let me do that. Okay. So you've got a couple of dead hellhounds and whatever this thing is. Let me go ahead and do that. And that. I just like to mark them so that you guys can see where they are on the board, because otherwise they disappear. There you go. So you get the 3 dead bodies. You've got the huddling NPCs kind of down here next to the pipe organ. And you guys have defeated another round of devils. Anything you guys would like to do? Or what would you like to do next?
Can I identify what that thing was?
You can certainly roll an Arcana check. Okay, so that is going to certainly be high enough. So what you see in front of you is a Maragon. You recognize these. You've heard about these through your holy order of paladins. These are the souls of fallen soldiers, fallen paladins, fallen mercenaries who served evil without reservation. When they find themselves in hell, they find themselves serving an everlasting servitude in the nine hells as Maragons. As you look down on it, you see that it has this kind of twisted armor, all kind of mismatched pieces layered over its body, but its face is just this kind of very simple flat mask that covers the entire head, almost kind of like the Man in the Iron Mask. This thing is just affixed around its entire skull, and it has no way to come off. There is no mouth. It is not capable of speaking. It's just two eye slits and this like solid steel mask that wraps its head. What you know about Maragons is after the spirits die and they reform in hell as these kind of unholy warriors, they have no individuality, and so they have no need for faces, which is why they wear the masks. It's a sign of their order. Maragon legionnaires have that metal mask bolted literally to their skull. There's no way to remove it. It becomes a part of their body. They often serve greater devils in hell. And will often lead, as former soldiers, they're often also leaders of some of the lower foot soldiers like hellhounds or undead, that kind of thing.
Cool.
And just so you guys can kind of see it, that's what it looked like.
Scary looking. I'm gonna search him.
So he has. So he has kind of just dark infernal iron weapons. There isn't anything magical on them. They're just kind of brute tanks. It just so happens the you guys all hit him pretty fucking hard. And the one of the things that you know about Maragons, which wasn't applicable in this sense, when they fight with others of their kind or are in support of like greater fiends, they get more attacks per round. They kind of go like into almost like a fury of battle when there are more of them. So because there was just one, he was just kind of doing his minimal attacks. But you know that when you get like an entire legion of them, they're just a whirling dervish of destruction. So just having one of them is kind of fortuitous for the group. As you search it over, he's got the halberd, there's a long sword, and again, kind of that mismatched iron that's all bolted to his body in different ways. But he has a flag on a staff that is kind of off his back, kind of, you wouldn't see it in the fantasy setting so far, but like if you think about like traditional samurais, they would have like flag bearers where the flag was literally mounted to the back of their armor so they could identify who was who in the armies. This Maragon has something like that. It's this like kind of long wooden flagpole with a tattered red flag with some kind of a symbol on it hanging off of his back.
I'm gonna rip the flag off.
Okay.
And pocket it.
Okay.
Pocket the symbol part.
Okay.
And did I find anything else? His weapons are unique to him.
Yeah, it's. I mean, if you want to pick up an extra halberd and long swords, that kind of thing, they all, as you can see from the picture, they're all, kind of artistic renditions of a halberd, of different swords, that kind of thing. For you guys, it would be like a long sword, or maybe if somebody wanted a great sword, we can make it a two-handed great sword. And then there's the halberd as well, but it would be the normal attacks for those types of weapons. There's nothing magical about them. And being a devil, he's not carrying a money pouch or any of those kind of things. Well, kids, it's a little bit after 11, and I am boiling in here. That's 3 hours of play.
You'll have some more coffee. You'll be ready to play again.
I actually want to get Marky out for his last walk here, but I think that's probably a pretty good place for us to pause with the end of that combat. I know I've made mention a couple times that the High Hall itself is kind of the largest map we've had thus far. You guys have kind of really only scratched the surface of it here. The cathedral or the choir part you're up in isn't very large, but the rest of it, when you go back downstairs, is. It's probably a good place for us to pause and then come back and do some more exploring in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
Cool, everybody. Well, that was a fun night. Lots of devils and demons and hellhounds and all kinds of fun stuff getting slain. We expended a whole lot of spell slots and had a lot of damage this time. It's definitely, you guys are doing a good job of taking stuff down, but we're definitely taking more damage as a party as well. So you guys can decide who wants to tell Moon that he was a friggin' death-dealing badass tonight. I say we hide it from him and just say that he took care of the NPCs the whole time.
Oh, he rolled 2 1s in a row.
It was
This is
amazing.
true.
Sir Lancelot killed everything.
We unleashed the beast and he went wild.
So Lancelot had to save his ass several times. It'd be very embarrassing being saved by a dog.
All right, guys. So that was a fun night. Everybody have a good one. We'll continue to catch up on Discord and Hangouts, and we'll be back in 2 weeks.
Thanks again, everybody.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Night.
Good job, everyone.